We were discussing how time works, Diesel, in the World Cup, not just in the World Cup, but in soccer in general. You watch more soccer than I do.
I watched all 3 games on Friday, Juneteenth, and that is more soccer than I've probably watched in the last 10 years.
Well, fair enough. At least you watched. That was more than I did on Friday. But if there are any soccer junkies like Stephen Webb, he's a good one. Stephen Webb's a Tolo, and he's a big soccer guy. You know, he calls in to talk soccer. I turn on the Argentina. Who are they playing? Is it Argentina? Who is AUT?
That's Austria.
Austria. It is Austria.
So, good day, mate.
The clock says 96:32, and me not being a soccer guy, I have no clue what it's. Now it says +5. What does that mean? I have no clue how to tell time in soccer.
You know, all this, the European mind can't fathom Buc-ee's or Waffle House.
Yeah.
The American mind can't fathom just adding time on to the end of the game at just random discretion. That's my biggest problem with soccer. You can't keep up with the time. The ref just decides, 5 minutes. That's good. 5. Why 5? Is there a timer in his pocket? Does he have a stopwatch in his pocket that we don't know about? Who's making this decision? We need to know.
Yeah. And by the way, Argentina leads 2-0. I'm sorry, not 2-0. Don't say that. Sorry.
Right.
2-0.
There you go.
Said it right. See, I'm learning. And by the way, breaking news. How about a record-breaking goal? Messi does it again, Diesel. And just like that, he has broken another record. And they're up 2-0. 2-0. Sorry. 2-0. 2-0.
Hey, just test you so a little bit more, Cole. What is Messi's first name?
Lionel? How you say it?
They say Lionel.
Lionel.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Okay. Good.
Yeah, I mean, he's the most famous player on the planet Earth, right? I should know. They pronounce it how?
Lionel.
I think you could argue, and we're going to get to college baseball here in a second. I think you could argue that Messi is, based on popularity, might be the most popular player on
the planet.
I'm talking about athlete, most popular athlete on planet Earth.
Yeah.
Him and Ronaldo, right? What do you say?
And Ronaldo sucks now. He's old. He's slow. He's not scoring any goals. Ronaldo, his star is going to fade.
That's a cool – look at that, though. Look at that. That's a cool setting. That place is packed in Jerry World. And, I don't know. I'm assuming it's sold out, completely sold out, as I think the game's over.
That's it. Yeah.
The game's over?
Full time, as they say.
The time has run out, or full time, as you said.
I think that's the most number of happy people that have ever been in Jerry World at the end of the game.
Yeah. It doesn't. You know what, though? I will say I do have a grievance with Jerry Jones. The Dallas Cowboys have always, like in a 425 game, Diesel, if you're going up the field one direction, you've got the sun in your eyes because the sun comes through when it sets in the fall. It comes through that glass. And Jerry's always said, we're not going to cover it. It's part of the stadium. It doesn't matter if it's in the quarterback's eyes or not.
Why would you do that, Jerry?
Why would you do that? Guess what they did for the World Cup?
A little sideways.
Guess what they did?
Shades.
Put tint on the windows. So they did it for the World Cup. They've tinted the windows, but they won't do it for a game in their own team.
So maybe you've seen it from the outside. I haven't seen it on the broadcast. You've been watching it. You noticed. Is it? Is like marketing message on the inside, on the outside? Is there a logo somewhere, or is
in terms of World Cup marketing,
or is it just plain tint?
I think it's plain.
Okay,
I really do.
Then leave it up, Jerry. Just leave it up, would you?
And even if it is marketing, hey, leave it up. I don't care. If it says World Cup on Sunday, I don't care. I don't want my quarterback throwing into the sun on 3rd and 11 if you have the money to spend for shades or tint.
Why not orient the field east-west? Or north-south?
No, it's all for TV. That's the only thing that matters.
Orient it north-south. Yeah, exactly.
So, one game final already just now. Argentina defeats Austria. Look at me talking about soccer. I can read the schedule. France and Iraq play at 5.
Austrian at all.
No, he didn't. Norway, Senegal at 8, and Jordan, Algeria at 11. So you got 3 more games. If you want to stay up and watch a late night, early morning, Tuesday morning out in Santa Clara, you can. By the way, since we're on the soccer topic, let's go ahead and congratulate Team USA, right? Are they 2-0 now?
Yeah, they are.
2-0.
2-0. Best start
And
in
I
World
thought
Cup
they weren't
history
supposed to be good. I mean,
No,
they
we're
weren't
not.
supposed to be any good, were they?
No.
2-0.
Average. I mean, people we're here because we're hosting, but most people would say this team probably wouldn't have made the World Cup if we're not hosting.
It's unbelievable, but hey, we're actually going to talk about that, going back to that at 3:45.
Yep.
On the Joy Law from text line, texter from the 803 says, yes, the ref does have a stopwatch in his pocket for any time the game is not being played, and adds it to the end of each half.
Okay. See, I didn't know that. But see, we need that on the screen, right? Like we need the ref like sending a signal like boop, and then all of a sudden it goes from 0 at a time to +1. And then when it reaches another minute in his pocket stopwatch, it goes boop, and all of a sudden you see 2 on the screen.
We as Americans
we need to understand, right?
We need a visual.
We are visual learners.
There was a lady mad this morning somewhere on social media that there was not a live cam over the Strait of Hormuz so we could see if it was physically open or closed. I don't understand why. We need visuals. We need to be visual learners here.
Why can't they have high-def streaming cameras on the Strait of Hormuz?
You can do it in downtown Atlanta. Why can't you do it in Iran,
Yeah, let's just task a satellite with that.
I mean, geez.
For weeks.
Corn Chip says, I caught whatever game they were playing at the sports bar on our cruise last week. I'm back now. Corn Chip, good to have you back. How was the cruise, man? I've never been on a cruise, Corn Chip. Have you been on a cruise?
I have never been on a cruise.
Wow.
I don't know that I want to go on a cruise.
Really?
Like,
what if work paid for it?
Well, then I'd go. Yeah. I mean, I would go on like one of those concert cruises. There's a ton of those. I'd go on one of those, assuming it's a bunch of bands that I want to see, right? Yeah. I'd go on one of those. But my understanding, and I'm not throwing any shade at you, Corn Chip, but my understanding, right or wrong, cruises are filthy. And it's just like a mass of people who can't go anywhere. You can't get away from one another.
Yeah.
And like that just doesn't seem appealing to me. It really doesn't.
No, there is. I think there's part of that that's majorly true. Majorly true. I do think that's part of it. Good to see Dan B on the YouTube stream. Dan B says Tolo. You can watch the show live on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Diesel, we are officially after today in the dog days of summer as sports are becoming less and less.
We just crossed the summer solstice.
Yeah.
You know
did we?
Yeah. I think yesterday was the longest day of the year.
By the way. I don't like that we've crossed it.
Good news is we'll keep our late sunrises for a little while longer. Right now, the dawn is going to start coming later and later.
Okay. As long as, I just don't want to think about it getting dark early right now. I mean, it makes me majorly depressed.
All those greedy people that get up at like 6, 7 in the morning and they go to work early, they're not going to get to drive to work in sunshine.
You know what, man? That pains me. I was up at 6 this morning and it was just broad freaking daylight. I mean, it was like it had been at daylight for 3 or 4 hours already. It felt like this morning. The reason sports are leaving us, not in totality, Diesel, it's not like COVID or anything, but the College World Series tonight, final game. College athletics, I mean, you're pretty much softball's done. This is kind of it, you know. And Oklahoma, North Carolina, winner take all tonight. Game 3, national championship on the line. I don't know why we always have to talk about a national championship being played on a Monday, Diesel, but here we are, another Monday, another national championship, right? That is what we do. Football, basketball. Now baseball.
Why Monday, though?
Monday. Here we are. Monday, baby.
Why is that? Because people still have to get up and go to work on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So why do we do it on Mondays? Like, why not Tuesdays? Why not Wednesdays? Why not Thursdays? I mean, I guess maybe if you get towards the later part of the week, you're exhausted. Maybe you're less likely to stay up and watch the whole thing. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. But nonetheless, here we are now. There was not 100% certainty, Diesel, that it was going to be tonight because Oklahoma could have took care of business yesterday. They didn't. North Carolina won, so now we get a true Game 3 national championship on the line. I think if you would have told me going into as we started the Omaha, the College World Series, if you'd have said, hey, North Carolina is going to be in the final game or series, I would have said, okay. I didn't expect Oklahoma to be there. I didn't. And look, you said it last week. This team's playing with a lot of confidence. They're hot right now. This is the UNC Tar Heels' first trip to the finals since 2007. They've been one of the most successful programs in America, Diesel, without a title in the ACC. You know, been to Omaha, played in the championship series. They produced MLB players. They just haven't finished the job a lot. Tonight's an opportunity to do so. But after Game 1, Diesel, North Carolina did not look like a team that was going to win this thing. No. 9-3 final score, Oklahoma from Game 1. This happened on Saturday. So you and I hadn't had a chance to talk about it yet. We were off Friday. North Carolina falls to Oklahoma 9-3 on Friday. On Saturday. Sooners take game 1. I did not know how North Carolina would respond in game 2. Obviously, they did. They responded in one game 2, 6-2. But Oklahoma Diesel winning that first one, scoring 9 runs on this North Carolina pitching staff is mighty impressive to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's Jason, forgetting his last name, the pitcher for Jason DeCaro. Expected to be a really good prospect in Major League Baseball. I talked about him on Thursday of last week. Yeah. Really good pitcher. Oklahoma just came out and shelled him early. And, think about it. Oklahoma put up 2 runs in the top half of the first. North Carolina put up 3 runs in the top half of the first. And I thought, here we go. We're going to see a high-scoring ball game, something like a 15-10 kind of ball game. And then Oklahoma just kept scoring. North Carolina couldn't get anything going after that, kept hitting it where they were the entire game, but Oklahoma just kept scoring. They scored in the first, third, fourth, sixth, and ninth.
And you know what? That one inning, that was a great game, by the way. The fourth inning was kind of the one that broke the camel's back, if you will. Diesel. Oklahoma scored 4 runs in the fourth inning. You talked about DeCaro. He came into that game 11-2 on the season, only 2 losses. He did not last long against Oklahoma.
I mean, he threw 83 pitches in 3.2
innings.
Yeah.
That's not ideal by any stretch. 83 pitches, 57 strikes, by the way, for DeCaro. 3.2 innings pitched. He allowed 7 hits, 7 runs, and all 7 were earned runs. Only 6 strikeouts, which is not bad. 6 strikeouts is not bad, but
6 and 3 innings, that's pretty
good. But you allowed 7 runs. And then at that point, Diesel, the damage was pretty much done. North Carolina didn't match it offensively. They totaled 7 hits on the day compared to this 14 hits from Oklahoma on Saturday. So the Sooners doubled the Tar Heels in hits. And they were really good. You said it, just hitting them where they ain't. Hit them where they ain't. That's the name of the game, right? LaChance had 3 RBIs. That guy, watching Oklahoma the past couple of days, has been the most impressive player for me, for the Sooners. And LaChance was, 3 for 5 on Saturday, 2 runs, 3 RBIs, 2 home runs, by the way. 2 home runs. Do you know I saw a stat about LaChance for Oklahoma on the TV broadcast? And his first 31 games this year, he didn't have a home run. In his last 31 games, he had like over a dozen home runs. And he had 2 on Saturday. 2.
Wow.
He's hitting 339 right now, by the way, which is the highest on the team. Pretty good.
He said, that's cool, Ozzie Albies. 2 in a game. Good. Look what I can do.
Pretty good. So Oklahoma has the bats. North Carolina has the pitching. So it was 9-3 Saturday. Well, what happened on Sunday? Oklahoma wins this game, Diesel, and the series is over. However, that's not what happened. North Carolina defeats Oklahoma on Sunday 6-2. It was that dominant pitching performance we expected out of the Tar Heels. Diesel, think about this. In a game on Saturday where Oklahoma totaled 14 hits, they totaled 4 hits on Sunday. 10 less hits on Sunday than they had on 10 less hits on Sunday than they had on Saturday. And then what really scared me was they went through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pitchers. That staff did. 7 pitchers, didn't hit the ball. North Carolina's pitching was dominant. And guess who? Guess who finished it out? The guy that I've been most high on this World Series, Caden Glover from right here in South Carolina. Now Diesel, a perfect, listen to this, 12-0 record on the season. He pitched 5 innings. 1 hit. He allowed 1 hit and 5 innings. No runs, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. He has an ERA right now of 2.05. By the way, went to high school right up here at Catawba Ridge up in toward Rock Hill. South Carolina kid. Went out of state to play college baseball. And he's supposed to be in high school right now. He enrolled early in Chapel Hill. And Diesel, he's the best pitcher in America right now.
Yeah.
And when that guy has a chance on the mound, you feel like North Carolina's not going to lose. Now, does it worry you that Glover pitched yesterday? I don't know what that does to him for tonight, but you would kind of want a guy like that who hasn't lost a game all season.
Yeah, I would imagine there'd be no hard wall against throwing him out there. I mean, if you need him, if you have to have a shutdown, right? If you're down 2 runs in the 7th or 8th, I wouldn't see why not. I mean, assuming he's not injured, assuming he's still got enough in the tank, enough in the arm to throw, whatever he touches. I think he touches low 90s. He's not an overpowering guy.
He threw 65 yesterday.
Yeah, not an overpowering guy. He threw a lot of pitches yesterday, but not a ton. We'll see.
He missed his entire senior season of high school to enroll early. And now you look at this, and anytime he touches the mound, he's unstoppable. He's just unstoppable. And this has been a pretty good series. And like I said, North Carolina, they rebounded, had some adversity after game 1. But when you have a guy on the team that's this good, that has not lost a game this year, North Carolina, by the way, Diesel, 29-0 this season in games where globbers touched the baseball. 29-0. That's a pretty good record when you're going into game 3 of the College World Series. I don't know what that'll look like tonight. Jackson Rose projected to go tonight for North Carolina. Nick Wazlowski projected to go for Oklahoma. Jackson Rose, the lefty, Diesel, he's 5-0 with a 2.15 ERA. Now, a little bit on Wazlowski. He'll make his 3rd start of the postseason. Oklahoma coach Skip Johnson said that he was going to go last night. True freshman, by the way, for Oklahoma. Had a pretty good performance against Georgia to get them to the championship series. Allowed 3 runs, 4 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, 5 2/3 innings. North Carolina shaking up the rotation a little bit. Shaking up the rotation, Diesel, with Jackson Rose, also a true freshman. So think about that tonight. Championship game, true freshman. He was a bulk reliever, Rose was, in North Carolina's semifinals win over West Virginia. Went 4 1/3, allowed 2 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. And that's kind of where North Carolina's going tonight. So you're going to see some young guns on the mound, and it's going to come down to pitching once again. I don't know what my feel is on tonight's game, though.
What's scary for these North Carolina Tar Heels, and obviously in game 2 yesterday, didn't hurt them. But Oklahoma gets out and scores early. They scored 3 in the first inning in the first game on Saturday. They scored 2 in the first inning yesterday. Teams that have that ability to get out and get going, get hot early, they're scary. And that puts a lot of pressure on starting pitchers.
And if they can do that, like that was a big reason they won again, that 4-run 4th inning on Saturday. That was huge. I don't know if you would really quantify or classify Oklahoma as a Cinderella from like the regular season, but I don't know that during the regular season people said, oh, Oklahoma's going to be one of the final 2 teams playing.
No, they weren't the most impressive in the regular season. So,
and you know what the pitching availability looks like tonight in game 3 is going to be important. I don't know. Here's what I think it comes down to tonight, Diesel. Obviously, both teams very talented. I'm going with the Tar Heels tonight, but I think which team handles the moment tonight. Everyone's nervous. Tonight, every pitch is going to feel massive, right? With it being game 3. Every base runner matters. Every coaching decision is magnified. And, do you tighten up tonight or do you play loose? I think the team that plays loose tonight with Owen Hull, the way he's been hitting the baseball, you brought his name up last week, and Caden Glauber was the hero of game 2. I just think they have the horses to get it done. You mentioned scoring early. I think that's obviously huge. I'm going with the Heels tonight, though, Diesel. Give me North Carolina to win by, I'm going to say 2 runs. I like the Tar Heels by 2 tonight. What are you feeling?
Well, I remember picking North Carolina a few weeks ago. You picked Georgia to win the whole thing. I picked the Heels to win the whole thing. I'm going to roll with the Heels. I'm going to stay with them, even though I'm not confident in it. I'm really not. I mean,
they go either way.
This Oklahoma team is really, really good, and they've run roughshod over some really good teams over the course of this series, or over the course of this postseason.
Yeah,
but like it's gonna be a battle the way that we all kind of thought it would be. It's gonna be pitching versus great hitting. And North Carolina is a decent hitting team, a good hitting team, but not an elite hitting team. Oklahoma right now is playing like an elite hitting team.
They're hitting the ball well. There's Stephen Webb on the Facebook stream. He says, Messi, the GOAT. He broke the record today for the most goals ever in a World Cup with 2 goals, bringing his goal total to 5 and on track for the Golden Boot. Stephen, we were talking. I know you won't believe this. The first 6 minutes of the show,
Yeah.
We talked soccer.
It's true.
Your name even got brought up. And I know you tuned in and thought, oh, these clowns are talking baseball. You know, they're not going to talk soccer, but we did to start the show about 6 minutes into the show. So, yes, Messi, 2 goals today. They win 2-0. Not nothing. Nil.
There you go. He's getting there.
I'm trying. And 3 more games today. We'll see. USA, you said, plays on Thursday
at 10 p.m. in LA.
So the only one that's going final today is Argentina over Austria. Sorry, Austria.
Yeah. When we come back, Cole, let's keep the non-conventional sports going. How about it? Let's talk golf on the other side of the break. What should happen to golf majors being played on Long Island? And I saw something on the way to work today, Cole, that has got me like twisted up in my mind. I can't figure out what I saw. This bumper sticker, car magnet, whatever it was on the back of this car has me all confused. And I need you and the Tolos to help me decipher it. That's coming up next. Look at Dan coming with the soccer knowledge on the stream. Messi has 17 total goals in World Cup play. Ronaldo has 15.
How about it? So that means he's better.
I mean, Messi, he's just better, yeah.
I mean, I think, we'll do this segment later in the summer, but I think maybe it's debatable. Maybe it's not. Messi, I think, is the most famous, popular athlete on planet Earth. We'll come back to that later, though. See who's in contention with him.
Cole, I was on my way to work today, and I was actually stopped at the stoplight right over here, trying to get across Woodruff Road, which is a challenge every single day. And in front of me was this unassuming, like, white Camry, something like that, car like a Camry. And on the back of that Camry was a magnet that had me all in a twist on my way across Woodruff Road. Because I couldn't quite figure out what it was that the owner of this vehicle and the purchaser of this magnet was trying to say. The magnet is an oval magnet that says dog grandma on it. As a matter of fact, those of you watching on the stream, there's the magnet right there. Dog grandma. What is this person trying to say? Is this person trying to say that they are a grandma who owns a dog, or are they announcing to the world that their child owns a dog? Because people take this whole, like, my dog is my child thing way too far, right? And then on top of that, what company has the notion that they're going to sell so many of these that it's worth designing, tooling the printers, making them, cutting them, nowadays, all that? Like, they must have ordered, whatever company sells these things must have ordered like 50,000 of them, or otherwise they wouldn't even bother.
So I asked ChatGPT because I didn't really know. You at first I thought I did. When you gave me both options, though, I was kind of confused.
Yeah.
ChatGPT, because that's the end all be all, right? It says a dog grandma sticker usually means the person considers themselves the grandmother of a dog, meaning their son or daughter owns a dog, and they jokingly call themselves the dog's grandma.
What level of autism does it require to tell the world that my son or my daughter owns a dog?
I think, and I think that's where I side too. Of the two options, the two choices you gave me, I don't think it means they have a dog and they consider themselves a grandma. I think it means their kid has a dog and they're called grandma. Maybe they don't have a grandchild, and that's the only thing they can really brag about.
I guess. Like, I've got a dog. We've got a couple of cats. I've got a snake. I had a bearded dragon before that. I would not tell anyone that those animals are my sons and daughters.
Yeah, but you're not old either.
I am not the father of the snake that is slithering around in a tank in my office at home.
Yeah.
That is not my son. That is not my daughter. That I am the caregiver of this animal.
You
not
are
the father.
You're not old though. Old people,
I am not the
they
father.
like the
it's
titles.
It's the young people too. It's young
weird.
women.
If it's young, it's weird.
Like,
if it's old people, you give them a pass. But
any like girl that says I'm a dog mom, no, you're not. You're a caregiver to this animal.
Yeah,
you cohabitate with this animal. You're not its mother.
I'm with you on that.
Not its father.
I'm with you on that.
Tolos, what do you say? 844-326-3663. Now that we're out of that subject. This weekend, Cole, up at Shinnecock Hills, things got a little out of control.
Kicking lockers out of control.
Oh, no. None of that. But Wyndham Clark did win. Some people say that he cheated a little bit over the weekend. We'll get into that here in just a second. But the big problem, Cole, was that so many of the fans there at Shinnecock Hills, located on beautiful Long Island, New York, they took it upon themselves to heckle constantly Wyndham Clark, Rory McIlroy, and other golfers, which, if you want to do that at the Waste Management, if you want to be a total jackass at a golf tournament sponsored by a garbage company, then fine, go do it. Go be it. But don't do it at the majors. And so it begs the question, what should happen? What should happen? What should the PGA do about this? What should the owners of the courses be doing about this? What should security, police, whatever you want to call them, what should they be doing about this? I mean, I have seen some people, Cole, say that the area, the borough of Long Island should lose its majors
in
perpetuity. And I mean, Beth Page Black is there. The Ryder Cup. Remember the Ryder Cup where everybody was heckling the European team at the Ryder Cup? They're heckling the golfers at Shinnecock Hills here in the U.S. Open. I mean, so combine those two events with the people of New York City after the Knicks just won a title, dumping trash out onto the ground so that they could take a spray-painted trash can back to their apartment. How nasty is that? I don't know if that says more about golf fans, Knicks fans, or just New Yorkers from Long Island.
And that's where I was going. Look, I definitely do think there's something to be said about like golf being the type of sport where you don't want fans crossing the line, but think about what you just said there. And not to turn this into a bag on New York segment, but think about this. The common theme there is 2 words, New York. The common theme with the Knicks championship and people getting shot and buses burning down. And now you're talking about the heckling in New York and it becoming maybe an event where it's crossing the line a little bit. We can sugarcoat it all we want, but New York, I guess, is just full of trashy, shoddy people. That's what it boils down to. Nothing good comes out of New York. And you can't have sporting events there without people getting shot and celebrating in the wrong manner. And with this golf thing, like you brought up the waste management. It is a sloppy tournament, literally. Yes. Literally sloppy.
But it's not a major.
It's not a major. So here's where I am on the whole golf thing. I do think the majors should have reverence. I don't know that every reverence or every major should have the same reverence as Augusta National. Because, well, we thought it had reference until people were jumping in the ponds from ESPN. The reverence has dropped a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So I think the majors themselves should have a little bit of reverence where you don't feel like you can cross the line. And the hard part in golf is it's not all controlled. The rules aren't all controlled by just one person. It's different courses and different organizations and different outfits. And how do you set rules on what crossing the line is when it comes to heckling in golf? I don't know. Let me ask you this from what you're talking about specifically, do you feel that in this instance it did cross the line, would you say?
Yeah. Yeah, 1,000%.
Then I think something should be done about it.
It did. I'll play a couple instances of it, Cole. Here's
you like that little reverb? Sound check.
There we go.
Two.
Now we fix it. I
gotta like that.
I didn't know that I was unmuted. So there you go. No, let's play one particular clip, Cole. This was Rory McIlroy teeing off, and the fans decided to tell Rory exactly where he could stick that ball.
Get in the bunker! Bunker! Get in the bunker! I hope you live there today.
God.
Right about this spot, Cole, is where Rory performs a gesture. Not the middle finger gesture, not that one. For those of you watching on the stream, he holds his hands out in front of him like this to I guess tell the heckler, "Hey, you're fat. You're fat."
Wow.
And then this happens. He's like, oh, Rory called me fat. Oh.
Was the guy really fat? I mean,
I have no idea.
Really fat.
I have no idea.
Rory's in good shape now. Rory, you've seen Rory. I mean, if you've seen him in person, he's in good shape. He's got, that little strut that he does. Mm-hmm. He's in good shape. He's a fit golfer. Mm-hmm. He's not leaning toward the John Daly style of golfers quite yet, but
it's not fat, it's power.
Yeah. I do have a little bit of an issue with it. Look, I did not watch a ton of golf over the weekend. I did watch a little bit on Sunday on the final day, just kind of seeing where Scotty was. Scotty played well this weekend.
Made a little bit of a comeback.
He did, and he was, in contention when it mattered. He obviously fell up a little bit short, Diesel, but if I do watch a major, I want it to have reverence, and maybe it's like the old school mentality of me. If golf loses the reverence that it has of like people not acting like that, what sport do you have that does have it?
We're in a place in America, and I don't know when this happened. Maybe this happened 50 years ago, 60 years ago, 80 years ago, and I just wasn't around to know about it. Maybe some of our older Tolos can let me know. But there was a point at some point, it feels like it was about 10 years ago, but again, might have been longer than that, when people decided, you know what, I'm just going to make being a total douche my entire personality. Yeah. And those people, some of you listening, that might be you. Maybe say, am I that? You might be.
Surely not.
You might be. If you have decided that I'm going to be a total jerk to everyone I see, everywhere I go, why is that your choice to have that be your personality? Because nobody likes you.
It's a loser mentality.
It is a loser mentality. That's the mentality of a guy that, that wakes up, cranks 4 Monster Energy drinks, yells at his wife, goes to work, comes home, plays video games all night with his buddies, never talks to his kids, just a total loser mentality.
Yeah, and you don't like to see it, especially on that stage. Like, I think I don't want to say there's a place for it, because I don't know that
UFC. If you want to be that guy, go be that guy at UFC. Don't bring it to the golf course.
Yeah, I just feel like golf's always been the place where it feels like that's not necessarily where it's not welcome, but you just don't have that kind of stuff. So, you talked about when people started becoming jerks. When did golf as a sport start allowing this? Why aren't they coming down harder on these type of people, these hecklers, Diesel? I mean, I don't have a problem with them. Throw them out.
Ban them for life.
I don't have a problem with it.
So this was put out there by, what is this gentleman's name? He's on the Golf Channel. Eamon Lynch on the Golf Channel.
Eamon Lynch.
He suggested, Cole, a very easy solution to this problem. If the video would like to play right now, I'll let you know. I'll play it. Here we go.
Wyndham Clark's not necessarily a popular guy, and that contributes to it. Okay, but it's a societal problem. We live in this era. People are kind of gambling on golf. All of that, I get it. But Long Island golf fans are a stain on the game of golf.
Wow.
That's what we saw at Bethpage. It's what we see every single time we go to Long Island. And this isn't a New York problem, which you hear a lot as well. It doesn't happen at Wingfoot. It doesn't happen at Baltusrol on the other side of the Hudson River. It happens on Long Island every single time. And it's about time the organization... It is regional. Long Island fans are a particularly hardcore bunch. And what we saw at Bethpage last year, I've argued on this show that the PGA of America is supposed to go back to Bethpage in 2033 with the PGA Championship. That should not happen. These people do not deserve a major championship.
Whoa. Take them away. Take the majors away.
I like it.
Don't let these human stains have a major golf tournament.
Well, that's coming from somebody who covers and follows the game pretty well.
The Golf Channel.
Yeah. So he says it's not a New York problem; it's a Long Island problem. So the trashiness of Long Island,
like Strong Island.
Yeah, I don't know. Christopher Tano on X tweets me at the Cole Bryson, said people doing this need to go to Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. That's pretty good there. I like.
Still real to me, damn it.
Yes, I mean send them to. That's pretty good. Pretty good. It does not, to sum it up, it does not have a place in the game of golf. And if that sounds like an old head kind of take, I mean, it's just, what other sports out there, Diesel, have the reverence that golf has when you go to a course and you're quiet? There aren't many sports that do anymore.
And there will be people who say like, oh, I paid my money for a ticket, I get to do what I want. No, you don't. You don't get to make phone calls on speakerphone in a movie just because you bought a ticket. That's not how it works. You don't get to go there and be a jerk just because you bought a ticket.
Texter from the 803 gets in on your conversation earlier about the animals and the kids. Says, yep, I can't stand when people treat animals like they're kids.
Yeah.
Well, that happens everywhere. I mean,
people don't have much of a life if that's the way you treat your animals.
It's pretty common. I mean, I see it all the time. I see it all the time.
Big story we hadn't got to yet on this, Cole. Bryson DeChambeau missed the cut for the third major of the year. 70 and 75, his first 2 rounds over the weekend, and he's going home. I've seen a lot of people arguing about Bryson on social media about what kind of golfer he is. And I've seen people sticking up for him saying, oh, well, he has 2 majors, right? He has 2 majors. So what? He missed the third cut of the year in majors. Ooh. He's already won 2 of them. Yeah, but he won 2 of them. He won his 2 majors before he gave in to all the distractions of being a YouTube celebrity, of bringing in as many big name people as he could to try to do scrambles and get below 50 on his round. I mean, look, I've said this before on the show. Bryson has his 2 majors. That's incredible. We know he used to be a great golfer, but he won all of those golf tournaments before he got too deep into the distractions. And the fact is, he has earned the right to screw around with the last couple of years of his elite physical prowess if he wants to, right? He's got his majors. He's won $60 million. If he wants to go make TikTok videos, fine. But stop showing up to the majors, Bryson.
Say that out loud.
If this is not what you want, stop coming.
To say that out loud, that he's missed the cut every major this year is kind of like shocking, to hear. That's like, what? Bryson's missed the Masters. He shot a 150, 6 over par. PGA shot a 147, 7 over par. U.S. Open shot a 145, 5 over at Shinnecock Hills, and missed the weekend by a single stroke, by the way.
Yeah,
that's pretty bad. But this is the first time in his professional career that he has missed 3 consecutive cuts in major championships. So, boy, things just and you mentioned all the other reasons, and you didn't mention live. So, I mean, I don't know the fall off of Bryson. My goodness, it's been an epic fall off. I mean, that's for sure.
PGA season is a long season, and you are required to play X number of events, but you should be playing more. That's tough. I'm not going to say that it's not tough. It is a grueling thing. And it's not for everybody to go out there and perform under those kind of conditions every single week. If that's not what you want to be, Bryson, then go make your videos and stop taking up spots.
Yeah.
Stop taking up a starting spot from somebody who should be on this thing.
It's interesting. It really is. Bryson collapsing in front of us, missing 3 cuts. Wow, that's crazy to say out loud. These are the biggest breaking news of the day. One NBA organization getting a coach, a major college program losing one and filling his spot like 2 hours later. What breaking news are we talking about? If you haven't heard, we'll get into it next. Diesel, I don't know if you remember or not, but back during basketball season, the South Carolina Gamecocks were, how do we put it, struggling. And you and I did a segment where we looked at buns, bad, whatever adjective. You probably could find a lot of adjectives to use there, right? We did a segment where we were looking at who should be the next guy if Lamont Paris is fired. You remember there was a point in the season we thought Lamont was gone.
Yeah.
No way he's coming back. And I said, if South Carolina was smart, they should go get one of their own. And Mike Boynton Jr., a native of Brooklyn, New York, who played college basketball at the University of South Carolina from 2000 to 2004. He was top 10 all-time, fourth in career games with the Gamecocks. Boynton made the NCAA tournament while with South Carolina in 2004, and a very highly regarded coach. Why do I bring his name up? Well, he's top assistant in Michigan. Breaking news earlier today, Dusty May, Michigan, wins the national championship. Says, peace, I'm going to go to Dallas and coach the Dallas Mavericks. And within a matter of minutes, Michigan says, oh, we've got this guy in Mike Boynton Jr. on staff who's a pretty good coach. Let's just promote him. Done. Don't post the job. And that all happened within an hour. And the Gamecocks, keep Lamont Paris, keep him, good coach, whatever. And nonetheless, your initial reaction to Dusty May leaving the college ranks to go to the Big D.
That's enormous, right? I mean, it blows me away that you leave a national championship caliber team, because it's been a long time since a coach has done that. Left a national championship winning team to go to the NBA. It's been since the 80s since that happened, Cole. So it's not unheard of, but it has happened. Think about it this way, though. He left that team with Yaxel Lindeborg and other great players to go coach Cooper Flagg in the NBA. I mean, he could have taken a crummy job somewhere. Like, he could have taken the Wizards job or the Sacramento Kings job.
But
he's going to Dallas, which is a great market, great city, great sports town, and he gets to go coach Cooper Flagg, one of the highest upside of any young player in the NBA.
Rookie of the year, right? And just an incredible player. It came as a shock to me, too. It did. Does that mean it's the wrong move? I don't know. He ran through the college ranks in a pretty impressive fashion. 2 seasons at Michigan, by the way. Now said, hey, I'm going. Shams Charania reported on it earlier this morning, less than 3 months after leading Michigan to its first national title since 1989. Dusty May's 49. Making the leap to the NBA, and Mike Boynton Jr., who I said went to Carolina, by the way, coached right here in Greenville at Furman University. He was an assistant at Coastal Carolina. Guess where else he was an associate head coach at? Wofford College. So I hate it. He's
all over the state.
He's right here. I mean, he's a South Carolina guy pretty much. He was born in Brooklyn, but, man, he spent a lot of time here. And now it's being reported that Mike Boynton Jr. will be the coach, which I think he should. I think he's got a great resume against South Carolina, Stephen F. Austin, Oklahoma State, Michigan. And this is a move. If Dallas doesn't win at the highest level, though, in the next 3 years, will people say Mike or Dusty May leaving for Dallas was a mistake?
I mean, they will say that he's just not cut out to be a pro coach. I mean, they'll say he can't communicate with young players the right way. I don't know. I mean, who knows? Cole, maybe there was a big scandal coming up on the horizon. And
not at Michigan. That don't happen at Michigan.
That doesn't happen. Bastion of integrity up there.
That doesn't happen.
Yeah, maybe something was coming down the pike, and he said, you know what? I got to get out now.
Yeah. Let's go to the phone lines, 844-326-3663. The one, the only Dewey checking in here in hour number 1. What's up, Dewey?
Yes, Lamont Paris should have been fired a long time ago. He should have been fired this summer. He needs to be fired as soon as the season starts.
Oh, so go ahead and fire him, or wait till the season starts to fire him is what you're saying?
What do you think, Game 5, Game 6?
Well, they're going to be 0-6, so it's time to fire him. It's time to fire him and Shane Beamer.
What if he's 6-0 through 6 games, Dewey? What will you say then?
It could be, by the way. It's easy.
Yeah, they don't start with the hardest schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then if they're 6-0, that means they played a bunch of crap teams, and then they'll have to play the SEC. But then they'll be 0-6 in the SEC.
It's true. It's fair. Good point.
That'd be the end. Then that'd be the end of his job.
Okay.
As it should be. I mean, if he has another sub 500 season, if he misses the NCAA tournament next year, Dewey, I think you're right. He's gone. There's no way.
He's gonna miss the tournament. He ain't gonna make the SEC tournament. He's that bad. He's gonna be fired mid-season.
Dewey, can I ask you something?
Oh,
Is that a yes?
yeah.
Is your stick always going to be that person should be fired, or are you going to change it up one day?
Well, if they do a bad job, they need to be fired.
Okay. I was just curious.
Like Alex Antopoulos, if he don't get anything in the trade deadline, he needs to be fired. Bryce Elder yesterday, he sucked.
Oh, he was bad.
GM of the first place team just won a series against the AL first place team, and he sucks.
Yeah. Get him out. But Bryce Elder was bad. I'll give him that. He was bad. He
sucks. 8 runs, and I don't know why Walt Rice kept him around, but he did better, but they still lost. And then that Kelly guy, he almost brought the team back, but the rest of the team needs to get together. Austin Riley needs to be traded.
Yeah.
Acuna, he needs to get back from the injured list, or he needs to be traded too.
Thanks, Dewey.
Coming in strong on a
Dewey.
Monday, is he?
Right.
Shocker. Dewey thinks somebody should be fired. Breaking news.
Yeah, there you go. In case you need it, you can go back and find that again on the free Odyssey app. Tolos.
People
jump
are
back to the
running there
357
right now to hear Dewey.
When we come back, Cole, let's talk NFL. Let's talk teams whose windows are open, windows are closed, or trending in either direction, opening or closing. Ooh. That's next. Cole, I've done some math here.
Oh, boy. Take your shoes off?
Check behind me if you'd like. We are 45 days away from Burns High School football, live action, real football, 45 days away. Not
way.
that far. Still a long ways away, but not that far.
Is it only 45 days?
45 days.
Until August 21st.
Yep.
Whoa.
There are 60 days, Cole, until... Wait, am I getting this wrong? Did I already mess up?
Yeah, I think so.
Already
I think it's
up?
longer than 45.
Oh, okay. See, I screwed it up, right?
You screwed it up. You didn't take your shoes off.
45 days until the NFL Hall of Fame game. 45 days to the Hall of Fame game.
Yep.
There are 60 days until August 21st, high school football.
Oh,
See,
I can't wait.
Big brain.
Can't wait.
There are 66 days until college football is back in earnest, and 79 days until the first NFL regular season game.
Countdown. Can you put that on the wall somewhere? Like, we need a place for a countdown.
And we need one of those things like 0 days since Diesel made an egregious math.
Where do we get those things at, by the way? Countdown. We need a countdown.
We need a
high school football.
Yeah.
College, pro. Can one of our Tolos come up here and install one of those countdowns before the show?
If only we knew somebody who did installations and wiring.
Nah, we'd have to go with a whiteboard. Just go with a whiteboard.
So NFL football is coming fast, Cole, even though I'm terrible at math. Want to ask the question of some of the biggest teams in the NFL. We're certainly not going to do all of them. There's a handful that are obvious and easy to say window is wide open or window is completely shut. Of these NFL teams that feel like they might be in a little bit of a state of flux. Window open, window opening,
this is fun.
Closed,
I like this.
Or window closing
NFL.
On some of the best teams in the NFL as far as making the Super Bowl. Just making it.
Okay,
I'm not talking about winning.
I like it.
You could call it deep playoff run. You can call it divisional round, whatever you want to call it. Just a deep run in the playoffs is really where we're going with this. So
I like this.
Opening, closing, or closed.
Okay. Like a garage door.
Correct.
Got it.
Unless you got one of those garage doors, you push the button mid-cycle and it just stops.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Mid-stop.
Yeah.
So
Cowboys would be that.
let's start, Cole. This is one of the toughest ones, honestly. It's one of the more debatable ones right out of the gate. The Baltimore Ravens. No more Harbaugh running the show. New head coach, Jesse Mentor. New OC, by the way. 29-year-old Lamar Jackson. Coming off some injuries and durability issues. Derrick Henry's getting older. They did add Trey Hendrickson, though, as a pass rusher. He's really good.
Huge pickup.
Really good. What do you think on the Baltimore Ravens? Window open to make a deep playoff run, opening, closing, or closed?
I think this is tough starting out of the gate with the Baltimore Ravens here. I've said for several seasons now that Baltimore Diesel has underachieved. I love Lamar Jackson. I think he's one of the most, if not the most transcendent player in the NFL in terms of his skill set, what he can do with the football in his hands, his legs, his arm. I think they've underachieved. And I said last year, hey, you go get a guy in Derrick Henry, you go bring him in. Now all of a sudden you have no more excuses.
Right.
And now you bolster the defense and you fire the coach. It is a weird question to ask because usually Diesel teams that fire their coaches are really bad. They're not really bad. They just underachieve.
Right.
It's definitely still open.
Yeah.
Okay. As long as you've got Lamar Jackson at quarterback, I don't know what the new head coach is. I don't know. Still TBD on that. You've still got Derrick Henry. You've got a good defense, maybe a great defense. So on the open option, you could have, I'm not going to say opening because I think it's been open.
Yep.
I'm either going to go open and the other opens what? Closing soon? Closing? I mean, it's still open, but it's
shriveling away.
This one's tough. Yeah. This Baltimore one's tough. It's got to be somewhere between the two, right? I don't know that it's closing quite yet. You know what I'll do? I'll still say open because I haven't seen enough from Lamar Jackson that concerns me that the championship window's closing.
Yeah.
But he hadn't got it done either.
Well, I'm going to throw something else really interesting that you may not know about Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson.
Did he get traded? I didn't know it.
No. The 2 seasons when he won MVP, 2019 and 2023, he did so both years with a brand new OC. So there's something about changing up the nomenclature, changing up the system that Lamar Jackson somehow finds a way to rise to that level of expectation, rise to an MVP caliber season under a new OC. He's done it twice. I mean, there's no guarantee he's going to do it again with a new OC again this year. There's no guarantee of that.
No.
Especially as he's getting older. I mean, 2019 was, for God's sakes, it was 7 years ago. He was 23 years old. Check my math again on that because we know I have a spotty track record.
So it's been that long.
Yeah. It's been 7 years since he won his first MVP. But he did so with a brand new OC in Greg Roman. Did it again in 2023 under Todd Monken.
Yeah.
So he's got a new OC this year as well.
So did you say 19 was an MVP season?
Correct.
So he won it in the second season in the NFL. You know what's crazy to me? Just looking at Lamar Jackson, the fact that guy, he's one of the best players in the league, and he was taken 32nd overall in the 18 draft. You're telling me that
is a mind. What did you say? 32nd, last in the first round.
Yeah, final pick in the first round. You know what's crazy about it? The Ravens in 2018 traded up with the Eagles to get that pick, and then got Lamar. 31 other teams, think about mind-boggling. 31 other teams said, nah, we're good on that guy. We'll pass on Lamar.
Crazy.
I will say it's
a 2018 draft.
2018, April of 2018 when Lamar was drafted, 32nd overall to the Baltimore Ravens.
I want to see what quarterbacks were taken above him.
Oh, that might be kind of tough to stomach. It might be tough to stomach that one. 2018 off the top of my head. You're pulling it up?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up now. Baker Mayfield.
Okay.
Sam Darnold.
Still a mistake. Number 2.
I mean, Sam Darnold took him a while to get there.
True. That's true. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
So Baker went number 1 to the Browns.
Okay, let's go one at a time. Baker, would you have taken Baker over Lamar if you knew what you know now?
No,
nobody would have. All right, Sam Darnold. Credit, he won a Super Bowl. I'm still not taking Sam Darnold over Lamar Jackson.
Of course not.
I'm just not. I'm not doing it. Who else?
Darnold went 3 to the Jets, by the way.
Yeah.
Josh Allen, pick number 7 of the Bills.
That one's tough.
He's worked out well, but imagine taking that. Right, take that Buffalo Bills, everything that's happened since 2018, but put Lamar Jackson on that team.
Yeah, I would.
If you have the feeling of that's a Super Bowl winning team, maybe two.
I would probably put those two on the same pedestal and saying personally, I'd probably take Lamar over Josh Allen. Josh Allen has a great ability though with his legs. He's still a great quarterback, but no, I'm gonna take Lamar.
And then Josh Rosen. Josh Rosen went number 10 to the Cardinals. You could give me 15 guesses, and I would not be able to tell you where Josh Rosen went to college.
Josh Rosen went to. Hold on. You're gonna look it up. Josh Rosen. It was out west somewhere. Diesel, tell me it was out west.
It was out west.
Wasn't Southern Cal, was it?
No.
It was out west. I know that. Josh Rosen, UCLA.
He did go to UCLA. Yep. Look at you.
Yeah, I remember the name.
Look at you.
That's bad, though. That's bad.
I would have never guessed that.
So, Ravens, to put a bow on that, I'll go
open.
It's still open. Yep. But, boy, that thing's been open, and it needs to – you got to pull that card in the garage.
If you ask me this question next year, I might tell you that it's closed.
If they don't,
I might tell you.
It got to cash this thing
because then you'll have a 30-year-old Lamar Jackson.
And it's just you look at the talent on that team and the transcendent player that Lamar Jackson is. If that guy doesn't win a Super Bowl, it's a travesty.
This one I think is a little bit easier, Cole. Let's go down the road. Let's go to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Is the window opening, closing, or closed on the Jags?
That was tough too.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
Yeah, because I'll tell you why. They were good last year.
They traded away Travis.
Yeah.
Achin.
ETNH, how do we say it?
Yeah. Element OP.
Yeah.
I feel like the window is still opening for them, but I'm not.
They were 13-4 last year in Liam Cohen's first season.
Right.
So let me just say this. I remember I watched that playoff game they lost. They're 13-4. They're 13-3 going into that game, thinking this is a Super Bowl team right here, right? Oh, is that a blip on the radar? Like, is 13-4 what Jack? I mean, people don't realize how impressive 13-4 is. That is unbelievable. Trevor Lawrence had a great year last year.
Mm-hmm.
Liam Cohen turned out to be, whoa, like that was a great hire. But I need to see more of it than 1 year.
Yeah. I'm saying it's opening. It's opening.
Okay.
Which I think they're on an upward trajectory. I don't like sending Travis Etienne away.
Yeah.
But I still think it's opening.
Yeah, I'll go there with you. It's definitely not closed or closing. You can mark that off, and I wouldn't say it's open. Like completely open. So I'd go. I will side with you on opening, but like I have an older car, Diesel, and if you got to my car right now and you go to the back and you push the button, the back. What do you call that? The hatch. The hatch. It'll open electronically. But it is an older car.
Shoot, fancy pants.
No, it's an older car. It's a 2013. So when it opens, you got to stand back there and you can like eat a banana before it gets all the way open. So like it takes a minute. That's kind of how I feel about the Jacksonville Jaguars. Like it's opening, but
yeah,
let's see what happens. Let's see what happens in 2025 or 6.
Eric Hines texted into the show earlier. He said, we were talking about New York at the time and Long Island. He said there are a bunch of human stains of fans in Dallas as well.
Based on
fly,
what?
Eagles fly.
Based on what, Eric?
Says Eric Hines. So let's go. Let's go to Eric Hines's Eagles.
Oh.
Opening, closing, or closed. Championship round caliber team.
This one's tough, man. Yeah. You give me some tough. You give them some tough ones to start. I think what made Philadelphia and Eric, I hope you're still listening. You tell me if you're right or wrong. I think what made Philadelphia so good when it made its Super Bowl runs, and especially with Kellen Moore, was their offensive line. They had an elite offensive line with Lane Johnson and Kelsey. I think it's an interesting conversation. I think this one.
That line is about to be eligible to apply for AARP, though.
Yeah, it's not the same, and right. Kelsey's not there anymore.
A.J. Brown's not there anymore.
A.J.'s not there. You lost a safety in Blankenship.
Jalen Hurts is up and down, up and down, up and down.
I mean, Sirianni's a fine coach. I think Sirianni's had bad luck with his coordinators leaving, like coordinator turnover every year in Philadelphia, it feels like. Kellen Moore won him a Super Bowl just a few years ago. I'm not going to say I don't like answering this because the Eagles, and I hate the Eagles. But I will say it's not closed. They're a good team. They're a good roster.
I think it's closing, though. I think they are clearly on a downward slide. And look, they could pick up somebody before the trade deadline.
Yeah.
They could make moves and turn this thing around. But I think they're closing. I think that window was really about 2 years ago. And the previous couple of seasons before that. But I think the Eagles' window is closing.
And, the beauty of the NFL, we've seen this especially with teams like the Patriots, even though your window, Diesel, the caveat here is even though your window may be closing, the beauty of the NFL is you can open it back up pretty soon. So, like you said, they're a couple of pieces away. Do I trust Jalen Hurts? I think he's a good quarterback. Do I think he's the best quarterback? No, I don't trust him fully. Jalen Carter's a dude. I think they got some bad news recently, though, regarding Jalen Carter, and I think it was an injury I saw or on the extension front. Maybe not. I'm going to say it's still open because they just have so much talent on that roster. But this time next year, maybe I'll side with you. When they have Saquon Barkley, Diesel at running back, I'm going to still say it's open. It pains me. It pains me. Dallas Goedert's a good tight end. I'm going to say it's still open in Philadelphia.
Let's bring it local, Cole. Let's bring it right here. I'll close it out with this. The Carolina Panthers. Ability to get to the NFC Championship game, possibly win it. Window, opening, closed, or closing. I think right now it's still closed.
Okay.
Because they've added pieces. Their defense has gotten better. We'll see what the Braswell, I think was his name, the wide receiver from Tennessee that they brought in, Brazel, that they brought in. Maybe he can be that perfect 1A, 1B to McMillan, but it's still Bryce Young. Still Bryce Young as quarterback. Maybe he transcends and he's amazing this year. Maybe he's the second coming of Patrick Mahomes this year. I doubt it, but maybe. I think the window is still closed, Cole, but they've reached over. They've unlocked the locks. They've got their hands on the little handles, and they're ready to pull that window open. I just don't think they're quite there yet.
I think they are close to opening the window. I think they're close to opening the window, but I will side with you. I will agree with you that it's closed. The fact of the matter is they went 8-9 last year. Yes, they hosted a playoff game in a horrible division, so they get credit for that. But 8-9 is not a record where you say, oh, that's a Super Bowl team. Now, like I said a few minutes ago, the NFL, you never know. You can flip a couple of pieces and be in championship contention within a couple of years.
Imagine for a moment, though, that these Carolina Panthers, they go 5-12. Which is not unheard of.
No,
it's not impossible. They could fall to 5-12. And if that's the case, Cole, do you draft a quarterback at this spot?
Yeah,
you're high up.
No
Do you try to make a move and get up into a top 3 position? I mean, what quarterbacks are definitely coming out next year? Arch,
that Sorsby guy, you might want to. I'll say this, Diesel. If
Dante Moore, Julian Sayin,
Dante Moore's
Arch
good.
Manning,
That's good quarterbacks. Good quarterbacks. Yeah. I'll even go a step further. If the Panthers don't win 8 games this year and they don't improve their record, I think you draft a quarterback. They went 8-9 a season ago. If they are below 8 wins, I think you go get one of those quarterbacks. If you can figure out a path to get there, to get one of those big quarterbacks.
Remember, they picked up his 5th-year option, but they have not signed him to a long-term contract yet.
This is the year that you decide. I mean, it all comes down to this year. And
maybe if Bryce Young shows out and he goes out and wins you 12, 13 games, maybe you're happy to pay the premium price for Bryce Young. Yeah. And that's the gamble that Dan Morgan was involved in. It's like, do you pay the money? Do you get him for a slight discount now, but you risk signing him to a long contract and he's not all that good? Or do you wait one more year to see if that linear progression keeps happening, at which point you have to pay the premium price?
No, I think this is a big year. And not just in terms of like record. I'll tell you this, Dan Morgan, do I know what's inside his head? No, but I can tell you this. Dan Morgan does believe in Bryce Young. He does. He believes in Bryce. Does that mean that Bryce is going to have an exceptional year this year? No, it doesn't mean that. But I still say it's closed. I do think it's closed. Like you said, maybe they're close to picking it up and opening the window.
Yeah.
For right now, it's closed.
And he's going to be battling Tyler Shuck, Michael Penix, and Baker Mayfield, who may or may not be a little disgruntled with his contract situation as well.
Yeah, and I will add one more thing as we run the break. You asked about the Philadelphia Eagles. You said their window's closing, right?
Yep.
I said it's open, but I may change it to closing just due to the fact that the Cowboys are going to be playing for an NFC championship this season.
Wow.
There's a good chance they'll be in the Super Bowl.
So I didn't even have to ask the question. Just like a Dallas Cowboys fan.
You don't
didn't even get asked about the Cowboys, but he'll make it ask.
It's going to make it about the Cowboys because George Pickens is going to be a team player. They're going to score a bunch of points. The defense is better. We got Ohio State Buckeye going to help our defense be better this year, Diesel, and Cowboys going to make it. By the way, shout out Jersey Joe. He says, hello, boys, watching, listening from Ocean Isle Beach in North Carolina, getting prepared for the 4th of July or July 4th, and the Greenville Drive hot dog eating contest going for title number 7. You better be glad I'm not in it because you wouldn't have title number 7, Jersey Joe. You wouldn't have it. But good to hear from you. Glad you are watching. Toloing from Ocean Isle. I don't think I've ever been to Ocean Isle or know where that is. Ocean Isle Beach. You know where that is? You're North Carolina boy?
I don't. Where is Ocean?
Ocean Isle Beach. It's time, Diesel, to look up where Ocean Isle Beach is. I'm kidding. It's time to look towards Atlanta and talk to Sean Coleman. He's a writer, podcaster for Battery Power with SB Nation. He joined us a couple of weeks ago to talk Atlanta Braves. And Sean will join the show. We're talking Bravos next. Well, yesterday was not beautiful, not pretty by any means for the Atlanta Braves. However, taking 2 of 3 is something the Braves fans will take, as they were in a little bit of a slump. We'll see what happens in the next few days. To talk Atlanta Braves, we're joined by Sean Coleman. He's a writer, podcaster for Battery Power of SB Nation. You've heard him on the show before. Always appreciate his time. Sean, thank you for joining us today. I want to know from you, is the tide turning back in favor of those Atlanta Bravos, or do you think there are still too many injuries, too many concerns right now, and we're still kind of in no man's land where we just kind of have to take this thing day by day?
I think it's a mix of both. And first off, thank you for having me. Again, hope you all are well as always.
Yes, sir.
I think it's a mix of both. The thing about it is that make no mistake about it. Yesterday was definitely frustrating. It's pretty clear that Bryce Elder, unfortunately, has kind of returned to the pre-August 2025 version of himself, where he struggled more often than not on the mound. Big reason why he's kind of gone back to that is because he's just not missing bats like he was for the first 6 weeks of the season. But he's going to have to stay in the rotation. We just don't have many, if any, other options than the 5 we have right now. So Bryce Elder's going to have to stay there. So yes, there's definitely still concerns, and mainly with the starting staff. But I do think that should not in any way, shape, or form take away the significance of winning the series, and especially being able to beat Mizorowski as well as Harrison, because the Brewers right now, you can make the case the Brewers are right there with the Dodgers and the Braves. Record-wise, they are. Maybe you put them a tier below, the Dodgers and the Braves, but the 3 NL favorites clearly are the Brewers, the Braves, and the Dodgers. And for the Braves to be able to take on the Game 1 and Game 2 likely starter for the Brewers, if they were to be in a playoff series and win both those games and win them in playoff fashion, where runs are at a premium, come from behind victory, that was impressive. So the concerns are definitely still there. Our starting staff is I don't think it's going to be what it was, to begin the season. We're probably going to be more league average. We're not going to be like league worse like we are in the month of June. But it's eventually going to, things will eventually kind of normalize to where I think our starting staff will be league average. Once we get Acuna back, or until we get Acuna back, I think our offense will be good. Then once Acuna comes back, it'll be elite. So I don't necessarily think anything's changed as far as season projections. But right now, yes, there still are some concerns to work your way through. But definitely feel better than I did before the weekend because of those 2 victories. Those were meaningful victories.
Sean, let's stay there with Bryce Elder for just a second. I saw an incredible stat out there today that Bryce Elder's ERA jumps from 3.2 to 7.9 this season when he goes from 5 days rest to 6 days rest or more. I get it. There's not a whole lot of games here to look at, small sample size here. But what do you think goes on in Bryce's mind that causes an extra day off or more to lose that edge? I mean, 3.2 is not a great ERA, but it's not bad. So having that a little extra time off really sends him off a cliff.
Well, I don't really know if there's anything in particular, anything specific as to going from that 5th to 6th day. The only real thing that I can think of is, when it comes to Bryce Elder, he clearly has been the most durable option for the Braves on the mound. And the most available, most durable option for them really since the start of 2023. He by far has the most innings pitched of any current Brave that's on the team. So I wonder if it's just with the fact that he's not really had to deal with any injuries. That pitchers are creatures of habit. We all know that. And it just becomes such a routine that they are focused on. They are focused on every part of that routine when it comes to getting them through the season. And when you change that up, when you go from that, mindset of every 5th game I'm going to be starting to occasionally it'll be every 6th game, that it may have some type of mental impact. I don't know. I don't necessarily know if it's. I think that's more of a noise stat than anything. It's definitely a noticeable one. You don't want that sample size to get too big if he struggles. But I really don't know if there's a specific reason as to why he struggles, other than it may just keep him out of his routine. But the big thing that also comes to it is that since May 15th, I think that Bryce Elder's strikeouts per 9 is now basically 5. Strikeouts for every 9 innings, and that's just not going to get it done. He doesn't have the velocity. He doesn't have the overall stuff to be able to survive without missing bats. And, for the first 6 weeks of the season, he was at 9, 10 strikeouts per 9 innings. You cut that in half, that's a 3, 4, 5 more balls in play during the game, and they're making loud contact as well. So don't really have an explanation for the days off difference, but I think the bigger thing is that he's just not missing bats like he was at the first of the season, and you're seeing what happens. He's become much easier to hit, and unfortunately people are hitting him hard.
Sean, as we get closer and closer to the deadline, I want to ask you, do the Braves have enough in the farm system or on the current roster to make a big move, whether it's Skubal or somebody else? The farm system, pretty hot right now. You've got guys like Eric Hartman who are having a really good season, hitting 300 as a 20-year-old Braves prospect down with the Emperors. What does the analysis look like in terms of, hey, if we're going to make a splash, here's what we have?
Yeah, I think the Braves have enough in their farm system this year versus previous years to go get anybody that they would want. Now, wow. I want to make sure that I'm specific on that. I feel that they have enough in the farm system to go convince another team, if this is who we want, we have enough to make the deal worthwhile. Now, does that mean that if we offer our 3 best prospects versus the Dodgers or one of the better systems in the majors offering their 3 best prospects, that moves the goalposts of it. Yeah. That changes things. But I do think that, yes, our farm system definitely has the quality young talent to go get any, conceivable trade target that's out there. Now, does that mean that Alex Anthopoulos is going to overpay? Probably not. Does that mean that, there are, of our top 10 prospects, 7 or 8 of them, Alex Anthopoulos easily sees himself moving? Probably not. But yes, I do feel that the Braves should feel confident that they have the means to go pay what it will cost prospect-wise to get a player or two that they want. And of course, the other thing is that with the 9th and the 26th overall pick in this year's draft, you have more ability to replenish what you trade this year through the draft than you have in previous years. So, with how the Braves are playing, they're a true contender. With where their farm system is right now, and also with the fact that they can replenish it pretty quickly versus previous years, they have every motivation and every reason to go after who they want to, and that's why the percentages may tick up for them to make a move that you usually don't see them making, like going to get a top rental in Tarek Skubal.
Sean, is that risk worth the reward, though? Like to mortgage some of your future for a team that's, look, in a little bit of a slump. Teams go through slump. It happens. Teams go through slumps. It happens, right? But right now, I mean, do you risk that much to try to make it happen this year, or do you play more conservative? Which one do you think Alex Anthopoulos would lean more towards?
I think that previous years, Alex Anthopoulos would have leaned more towards don't sacrifice it all for this year to see, to keep the best chances into the future. That's in previous years.
Okay.
This year, I think that he has more reason again to go after it, because it's not only where the Braves are starting in terms of, their record. Again, also it's the fact that their farm system probably has emerged more than even they thought it would. Plus he has the ability to replenish it quickly. But 2 other factors play into this. Number one, you don't know how the landscape is going to look trade-wise, prospect-wise, draft-wise. A lot of factors that GMs have knowledge of how the order of operations of how things go in baseball, a lot of that can change, and significantly coming off this new CBA negotiations for 2027 and beyond. And you also don't know how much of next year you're going to have in place. That's another reason why it makes sense to go for it this year. And the final reason, as many have said, the Braves have the oldest roster in baseball. That doesn't necessarily mean that our core itself is on the wrong side of 30. It's not. But look at our team. Chris Sale, who's our clear ace, is 37. The back end of our bullpen, both of them are 35. Matt Olson is at 31, and I know that he's not necessarily old, but you do see a lot of first basemen potentially fall off around 32 and 33. When you look at this Braves core, it's not necessarily that the main core itself is that old, but a lot of the significant parts are older, and you don't know when they potentially are going to fall off. And that's especially the case when next year things are going to be a little bit, harder to control with probably a modified shorter schedule. So there are several reasons as to why it makes sense for the Braves to go for it this year, not in a stupid way, but to maybe be more aggressive than they have in the past.
Talking Braves baseball with Sean Coleman of Battery Power, part of the SB Nation Network. Well, I guess releasing Sandy Leon today at 37 helps bring down the team average just a bit. He's elected to become a free agent, played in 21 games this season, been with the Braves for the last 2 seasons. What I've heard that he is well liked and beloved in the clubhouse as sort of an elder presence there. What is the clubhouse losing without him, and give us a sense of the depth at catcher now that he's gone?
Yeah, I mean, I think Sandy Leon is definitely someone he seemed like, for him to have lasted as long as he has in baseball, with the fact that he's not been a top producer, it's things that you can't measure. It's the overall knowledge of things, and the overall knowledge of the catching craft, and him just being a teammate, how he works the pitchers, things such as that. So I don't necessarily think it's going to make that big of an impact on the clubhouse, because I think the Braves clubhouse itself is a pretty awesome group, pretty strong group. But yeah, I'm sure it's more of a loss of knowledge of the overall catching craft itself. I mean, it was a lot of fun seeing him make those ABS challenges. I know that he missed a few, but you can clearly tell. One thing I'll say about the ABS challenges, so Salvador Perez had a really good start to things for the Royals. You can tell the catchers that really know their craft, and Sandy Leon definitely does that. So I think the Braves are certainly going to miss him. Probably will have every opportunity to add him back to the organization in some capacity here in the near future. But yeah, I think it's a loss, but maybe not a significant one. Overall, the catching depth, it begins and ends with Drake Baldwin. They went out and they got Joey Bart as a way to maybe get a little bit of offensive punch until Sean Murphy is back. And then after Sean Murphy, after Drake Baldwin and Joey Bart, you have to hope Sean Murphy comes back and at some point can show why he was such a coveted asset at the catcher position back in 2023. I don't think anything has happened to the talent. Sean Murphy, unfortunately, just cannot stay healthy. It's a bunch of freak stuff that happens to him, and you feel for him. You know that he wants to get out there and play and really try to get back his career going, and he just, every time he tries to, he cannot. So Drake Baldwin, to me, obviously is arguably the best young catcher in baseball. That's obvious, and he has a huge impact on the Braves lineup. You start there. You hope Murphy is back to give you that versatility of a backup catcher, plus maybe a late game pinch hitter, DH sometimes. But then after that, I mean, Joey Bart, I don't really know. I don't think Joey Bart has any minor league options. But the Braves right now are putting a lot of chips into Baldwin and Murphy being healthy for the stretch run, and maybe both of them making a difference for the Braves when it comes to the playoffs.
Sean, as a Braves fan, I am very worried about the position at shortstop. I've renamed Ha-Sung Kim to Ha-Sung Whiff. He's been bad this year. It's been a very bad year at shortstop. What can you convince me that Anthopoulos has a plan, Walt Wise has a plan to kind of smooth this shortstop position over? Because I just don't feel good about it right now if I'm a Braves fan.
Yeah, I think the idea at shortstop is mainly for the Braves to eventually get another right-handed bat. When you look at this Braves team and you look at the lineup, you've got 5 one-year deals that are out there right now. You've got Dominic Dom Smith, yeah. You've got Ha-Sung Kim, you've got Mauricio Dubon, you've got Jorge Mateo, and you've got Eli White, correct? Mm-hmm. And so Dubon's not going anywhere. Dom Smith's not going anywhere, I don't think, because of what he can do against right-handers. And I don't think Mateo's going to go anywhere because of his speed. So that leaves Kim and White as being 2 parts of this position player group that, at least for one of them, you could see an upgrade. This team needs a lefty masher. They probably need some more outfield depth. I think that's a move that they make at the trade deadline, getting those type of players, and you typically can get them for reasonable prices. They need to get that type of player and either upgrade on White or Ha-Sung Kim. And then I think that the answer this year is going to be in the playoffs is Mauricio Dubon playing shortstop. And then if you need to switch him around for whatever reason, Mateo can play shortstop. You're going to keep him on the playoff roster. So I think Dubon and Mateo are going to be your 1-2 at shortstop as we move through the season, unless Kim gets going. I don't see a big move for a shortstop at the deadline. You could talk yourself into Jeremy Pena. There's some connection points there that make sense, but Houston may wait too long before they want to trade him. So I think for right now, it is Dubon and Mateo. And Dubon being your main shortstop in the playoffs is not a bad thing. The defense he provides is going to be valuable, and he can also get big hits. So I'm not that worried about it, because I think the eventual answer when it matters most is going to be Dubon at shortstop, and I think that's going to be an advantage more often than not.
Sean, are you familiar with there's a game, I don't know if it's called the ladder game, I don't know if there's a name for it at all, where it's sort of like the either or and the winner advances to face a new challenger?
I've heard of it. I'm not too familiar with it myself. Though.
Well, we're going to learn in real time because I want you to play a little game of this with me, okay? It's very short. Major League Baseball, items that you could get for free at a ball game or fairly inexpensive. Maybe it comes with a purchase of another kind here, okay? So just tell me which one is better, and we'll play the game. Which is better, the ice cream mini helmet or a batting practice foul ball?
Batting practice foul ball.
Okay, foul ball or a souvenir cup, like a regular cup with the team printed on the outside?
Foul ball.
Okay, foul ball or the bat-shaped beer cup?
Foul ball.
Foul ball or a BP home run?
BP home run.
BP home run or a team pennant?
BP home run.
BP home run ball or a visiting team home run ball in game?
Visiting team home run ball.
Okay, visiting team home run ball or an in-game home team foul ball?
Visiting team home run ball.
Okay, home run ball or a mini bat?
Home run ball.
Home run ball or a photo with blooper?
Home run ball.
Home run ball or a current player bobblehead?
Home run ball.
Okay, and the visiting team home run ball versus a home team home run ball?
Home team home run ball.
That's the game.
Wow.
There you go. Home team home run ball.
Confidence.
Okay.
Confidence.
My strategy in that, if it's okay to reveal, is that many of those other things that you mentioned, you can get those at another game that you go to,
that's
right?
Yeah,
but those foul balls and home run balls, that's going to be a memento from that point in time that makes that game more special than those others. So that's why it carried a bit more significance. That's a fun game, though.
Sean, I'm going to share a story with you. My mom, my family, whole family was at a minor league game, and she had two of those mini helmets with ice cream in it. She was walking on the concourse coming back to our seat. A foul ball went up onto the roof, rolled off the roof, and landed in one of her ice creams and splattered the ice cream all over. But she caught the ball.
That's all that matters.
So, and I'll end with a funny story of my own. So I'm from Northwest Tennessee originally, and I grew up with a bunch of Cardinals fans. So whenever the Braves would go to St. Louis to play the Cardinals, me and my family or me and some friends would try to get up there every few years to watch them play. Well, when I was in college, I went with some friends, and Jeff Francoeur, I believe it was 0506, Jeff Francoeur was just on the scene, and he was out in right field, and I was cheering him on, said hello to him. He waved at me. We actually said a few words to each other, and he took a foul ball and threw it to me. Well, he threw it to the Cardinals fan who was right next to my left. That Cardinals fan caught it. I offered $50 for that ball, and he wound up not giving it to me. Fast forward a year later, they had an auction at the college that I went to. I got a home run ball signed by Jeff Francoeur for $100. Still have it. So it worked out.
It worked out.
Yeah.
It worked out. How about that? What a good story. I just wish you wouldn't have brought up the Braves and the Cardinals. I try to wipe that 2012, the infield fly game from my memory there, Sean. I tried to delete that one permanently. Sean, fantastic stuff as always. Thanks for your time, and we look forward to doing it again real soon.
Hey, thanks for always having me. Please let me know when y'all need someone to talk Braves baseball. I'll always be glad to. Thanks, guys. Y'all have a great one.
Appreciate you, man.
Thanks, Sean.
Good stuff. Big time stuff. Sean Coleman, really good guest, and make sure you give him a follow. Tolos, if you have not done so, if you're a Braves fan, you need to give this guy a follow, Diesel, real quick, because he's a great one. It's at Stats SAC. At Stats SAC. That is where you can follow Sean, and he is a part of the SB Nation Battery Power podcast. They do a phenomenal job, by the way. Give him a follow. Hit him up. Let him know you heard him right here on the Fan Upstate.
Cole, when we come back, it is time to whip around the sports world. So much happening. And I hinted at something earlier. I didn't know it. I just thought of it off the top of my head. And then, oh, my God, it's real about Dusty May. We'll talk about that next. Well, a lot happened, Cole, since we were last with our Tolos on Thursday of last week. Let's cover it all in one go. These are our daily wires, the buzz around the sports world. A year ago, Wyndham Clark had to apologize for smashing the 121-year-old lockers at Oakmont Country Club after he missed the cut. This year, he captured his second U.S. Open. After he nearly squandered a 6-stroke lead in the final round, he held on for a 1-stroke victory at 4 under par. He was heckled mercilessly by the fans at Shinnecock Hills, but he was able to get it done.
That's a good redemption story. You know, after he tore up the locker last year, I like it. Good for him.
Do you think he cheated though? Did you see that one play, that one chip from off the green?
No, I think he's
safe there. Yeah. Team USA Soccer looks good right now, Cole. They beat Australia 2-0 on Friday, thanks to an Australian own goal and an insurance goal added by Alex Freeman in the 43rd minute.
Y'all said that, hey, you soccer experts, Stephen Webb, all you said that we weren't going to be any good this year. 2-0, baby.
Yeah.
How about it?
And they've already advanced to the knockout stage. Team USA head coach Mauricio Pochettino, Cole, told Sporting News that American sports rewards losers, saying, quote, "What's the consequence if there's no promotion or relegation? American sports rewards losers. But soccer is different. If you reward who won't win, if you don't have goals, you don't fight. If I lose, what happens? Nothing. They just fire the coach."
I see what he's saying. I do. I see what he's saying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for promotion and relegation in soccer in America.
Yeah.
Let's do it in a somewhat major sport that we're okay with. We're still tinkering.
That's interesting, isn't
it? Coming off a national championship, Michigan coach Dusty May is headed to Dallas to be the next head coach of the Mavericks. He is the first college head coach to take an NBA job since former Michigan coach John Beilein took the Cavs job in 2019. The last coach to leave college immediately after winning a national championship was 1988 when Larry Brown left Kansas.
But is there more to the story? I feel like
there is more.
Is there more to the story?
Brian Sanderson of CBS tweeted out about 4 or 5 hours ago that the NCAA is preparing to present Michigan with a notice of allegation related to a 2025 tampering scandal with possible vacated wins.
Oh!
So maybe he was trying to get out of Dodge before it got bad.
I got you. Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
ESPN was reporting, Cole, just a couple of minutes ago that Giannis is expected to be traded before tomorrow's NBA draft.
That's like real soon. Maybe within the next few hours soon.
Yeah.
And that would be a huge blockbuster trade. What if Dusty May landed Giannis in Dallas?
Giannis and Cooper on the same team. Could you believe
Raise the goals.
Yeah, exactly. The Atlanta Hawks are finalizing a deal to acquire Aaron Wiggins from the OKC Thunder for 2 second-round picks. That's reported by Shams Charania from ESPN. The Ottawa Senators yesterday traded Captain Brady Tkachuk to the Florida Panthers, who already have his brother Matthew on the roster.
I like it. I like it.
The Tkachuk brothers back at it again.
I like it.
Tonight, it all comes down to this, Cole. Game 3 of the College World Series. Oklahoma will battle North Carolina for the College World Series championship in Omaha. First pitch set for 7 o'clock.
I love it. I'm fired up. I'm fired up. This is going to be a good game tonight. I really am. I really am excited.
The Braves took the series against the Brewers over the weekend. They won Friday and Saturday. Saturday, Ozzie Albies hit a walk-off home run. He actually had 2 in that game. Neither one of them looked like powerful hits, though. Like, he just kind of golfed both of them, just barely.
That walk-off, man, he just tucked that thing right in the corner, didn't he? Yep. I mean, just tucked it in. It was an incredible day for Ozzie.
The problem is their lead is shrinking, Cole, because the Phillies are playing really good. They've won 5 of their last 6 series.
6.5 game lead. It's going to be tough. We'll see what happens.
Current Cincinnati Bengal Mike Pennell says that he was not in the Dominican Republic when a woman by the name of Carly Francesca Guzman Roche went missing, and claims, I don't know her. Yet her body was found on a piece of property of a resort area that he owned when she went missing in 2021. Witnesses told police in 2021 they had an ongoing relationship. He recently, this is not good, Cole. It never looks good. He actively reached out to a reporter to insist that he had no relationship with the victim.
Yeah, that's not a great look, is it?
No,
not a great
it's not
look.
Good.
No.
Despite SEC and Big Ten opposition, Senator Ted Cruz says that he is confident that the Protect College Sports Act will pass. He also said, Cole, this is the, quote, last train for federal help in college athletics. You either sign up for this or we ain't helping. You're on your own.
Get on or the train's leaving.
Correct.
What you're saying.
All aboard. And the final one here for you, Cole. This one's local. The Greenville Design Review Board approved a renovation and addition project for Bon Secours Wellness Arena that will cost roughly $282 million. The plan keeps the arena's current rounded shape, but it will modernize the entrances, create a new 2-story terrace on the northwest side of the arena. That would be the side that points towards the cemetery. And it will also prepare for the addition of the concert amphitheater.
How about that?
Yeah.
You donating to that? That's
No.
chump change for you.
No, I will not. Nothing says, hey, come party with us, like drinking on a terrace overlooking a graveyard.
Yeah, it's nice. Really nice. That's where the buses park, right? Isn't that where those buses always park?
Down at the bottom of the whole back parking lot. That's basically the side that's going to get most of the renovation.
Tolos, Overreaction Monday. We need to hear from you. We have overreactions. Do you? We'll find out next. Sports talk becomes great sports talk, Diesel, when you have good, and I mean great, overreactions. It is Monday. It is 5 p.m. It is time to overreact on an Overreaction Monday. I know, we know, there are not a lot of sports happening right now, so the overreactions aren't as good as they will be here in a few months, but football season, don't worry. Diesel gave out the countdown earlier today. We're still waiting on Atolo to bring a whiteboard, though, and put it up on the wall beside us. I don't think we have room anywhere else. Where else would it go? I think right there. Easel mounted on that soundproof. What do you call that stuff, Diesel? The sound barrier?
Sound deadening.
Yeah. Well, we need a whiteboard with a countdown. Nonetheless, the overreactions will get better. We know there's not a ton going on right now to overreact to, but we want to hear your best sports overreaction from anything happening in the past week, whether it's Brendan Sorsby, whether it's the Atlanta Braves. We know Dewey had some thoughts earlier today. Dewey called it like 3:45, Diesel. He was early today. He was really early, didn't get in on the Overreaction Monday. But I want to give you the floor first here, Diesel. Do you have an overreaction on this Overreaction Monday?
Yeah, I do. And that overreaction is that the Phillies are going to overtake the Braves for first place in the NL East.
Why would you say that?
I don't like it, Cole. I don't like saying that at all. But the Phillies, like I said in the Daily Wires, they have won 5 of the last 6 series. They're putting up a lot of runs. I mean, this is a team that is averaging 7, 8, 9 runs a game. And the Braves offense just simply is not there right now. That's where they were when they were on their hot streak a couple of weeks ago. The Braves were putting up those kind of runs. Now the Braves are winning close, low-scoring ball games, and they need like late-game heroics to get wins. Otherwise, they would have lost the series against the Brewers. If Ozzie Albies didn't golf one out to right field, that would be outnumbered. That would have been out and game over. And the Brewers win. So
they didn't play great as a team, and obviously.
Like I said, the Phillies are just playing white hot ball right now, and maybe they go through a slump again at some point in the season, and it sort of evens out. Obviously, the Phillies, they went through that managerial change.
Yeah, fired manager
a little bit earlier in the season, and that certainly helped them. You got to think they're going to cool off at some point. But I am afraid, Cole, that the Phillies are going to pass the Braves. At some point.
I would really like to disagree with you and tell you you're wrong and tell you that that's not going to happen. But I don't know. I don't have a lot of faith in the Braves right now. We had a great, and I mean great Braves guest on back in the 4 o'clock hour, and Sean Coleman of SB Nation. And look, they won a series this weekend. That's really good. You want to win series, but that 6.5 game lead's dwindling, like you said there, Diesel. I think the Phillies have shown us in years past, unfortunately, that even though you may not be the better team, you start getting hot, and we'll see. Baseball is all about what? Baseball is all about playing hot at the right time. Ask the Oklahoma Sooners, who play the national championship tonight. Let's see if the Braves can get this thing turned around. Hopefully, we'll prove you wrong. Let's go to the phone lines, 844-326-3663. Dan, what are you overreacting about on this Overreaction Monday?
Well, of course, it's NASCAR. Hey, guys. No, they had the race in San Diego on the naval station there, Coronado, which was a first for having a race on a base. There was a lot of build up to it, which was great. Everything we saw that was really cool to see on TV, like just all the military stuff.
Yeah.
The races themselves, not horrible. I mean, fairly entertaining, I guess, for a street course. The downside was every time the track was a problem in terms of like if a wreck moved the walls out, they had to bring in the forklifts and put them back in place. And at one point, not a full-size manhole cover, but a metal plate that covered probably a valve or something. It ended up going through someone's radiator in the O'Reilly's race. And it took them like an hour to get it straightened and welded back in. I mean, it was those kinds of things that make it seem like, ooh, I don't know if we're ever going to do that kind of thing again.
Dan, was it just me? Maybe I was out of touch Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sports-wise from a NASCAR standpoint. Why, if they're racing on a naval base, which is pretty cool, why isn't that more publicized from a national perspective like sports? Like, I didn't see it on ESPN. I didn't see any and I know it's a Fox thing or a Prime thing, whatever it may be, but man, you would just think something of that magnitude feels like it. I'm not saying it has the same hype as the fight at the White House last Sunday, but why do we not see more about that? That seems pretty big.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I mean, it's hard for me to say that I didn't see stuff about it all week long, but that's just because I'm all on.
You're watching, yeah.
I'm on the website and on the app
right
all the time and getting all the notifications, and so I knew it was all there. But yeah, you're right. I don't think there was a whole lot of like advertising and promotion off of Prime and or the internet. So yeah, no, that's unfortunate. But it was a huge turnout. I think I heard the number 300,000 people ended up as spectators on the. So I mean that's a large number. I mean that's bigger than Daytona and Talladega. So I mean if that number's true, I mean that's great. I'm sure there were some big snafu stuff when it came to those kinds of things, because I heard stuff about it took an hour-long waits to get a hot dog and stuff like that. I'm like, ooh, that's not good, but it's still really cool to see. They had an aircraft carrier where Dale and the crew, they were actually broadcasting from the tower on the aircraft carrier.
Oh, wow, that is cool,
yeah.
Looking down one of the straightaways right after the start-finish line. So the cars were coming at them. And so when you do the in-car camera, you're staring right at the aircraft carrier's tower as it's getting closer and closer. So those kinds of shots are really neat to see. And all the blimp shots and wide shots where you can see the airfield and parked aircraft everywhere and all that kind of stuff. And all the sailors were wearing all their white. So, of course, you could pick them out of the crowd. But, yeah, no, I mean, it was a good event. It's just I hope they can figure out all the bad things so they can do it again or do it on a different base somewhere. Who knows? So
it's cool, though.
My favorite driver did not.
He did not win.
Your favorite driver?
Yeah.
But no, a guy that's only raced 13 races, he wins. He's not a rookie yet. He'll be a rookie next year. But yeah, Corey Heim wins the race for 23-11. At one point, Michael Jordan's and Denny Hamlin's team, all four cars were in the top five. So
wow, pretty good
near the end of the race. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I was like, wow, that's insane.
Well, Dan, I've got a NASCAR adjacent story, because yesterday on I-85 North, Aspire Motorsports hauler almost ran me off the road.
Was it Carson?
I don't know. It was he drives one of them, right?
Yeah,
it was a black painted Spire Motorsports.
That's funny.
Hauler. He was in the middle lane and starts creeping over me in the right-hand lane, and I had to go off onto the shoulder to not get hit.
That sounds like Carson Hocevar. It really does.
Man, he was just pushing you up.
Hey, man, I should have let him hit me. That way I could sue. That's a team with money. They could pay me.
There you go. I think if you guys are interested, the bracket challenge starts this week. It's 5 races. You fill out your bracket. You don't have to do anything every week. You just got to get it done before Sunday. Get on the NASCAR app.
Yeah, because I'm so good at keeping up with fantasy and all that stuff.
Yeah, you don't have to keep up with it. You just got to do it once. It's a bracket. It's just like basketball. It's the exact same. It's only 32 cars. It's not even 64.
Convince me. Try to convince me between now and then. Maybe you'll get me on.
The winner, NASCAR will pay the one winner $1 million.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay. Nice.
It's be a perfect bracket.
Yeah, it's going to be perfect. Okay.
I could go out there and guess and see what happens.
You'd probably win it. Thanks, Dan. That's good stuff. Overreaction Monday at Tolos. If you just tuned in, 844-326-3663. Diesel said the Phillies are going to pass the Braves and win the NL East. Is that an overreaction? Let's go back to the phone lines. Tom in Somerville. Tom, is that an overreaction from Diesel that the Phillies are going to pass the Braves?
No, it's not. My mind is so on football at this point.
God, just done with it.
I've been rewatching games from 2002, 2003. Like I'm ready for some football.
How come you're not rewatching games from 2025?
Well, I'll get to that. But
gonna work his way up.
Those games are still fresh on my mind. I like to go back and watch the old games. Today, for example, I watched Boise State and TCU from 2011. Great football game. I'll watch that. But
who are you watching from 2020 or 2002,
what's that?
Who were you watching in 2002?
Well, painfully, I did rewatch the Georgia-South Carolina game this weekend from 2002.
Wow.
Where South Carolina fumbled on the goal line.
Oh.
Great football game, though.
In that when
I did rewatch Clemson and Georgia from 2003 when Georgia beat them 30-0.
Wasn't that the year that Ohio State beat Miami for the national championship, BCS? Did you watch that one?
Yeah, 2002, best national championship game ever.
There was a game, Tom, that was played on November 21st, 2015 at Williams-Brice Stadium. Have you gone back to watch that yet?
No, I've never watched that game again. I was at that game.
Citadel?
I could care less to ever rewatch it.
Yeah, that's tough.
I already know who you're talking about. So
yeah, that's mean, Diesel. That's mean.
But I heard Dan mention something about radiator and hot dog, but I was preparing my overreaction, and a couple of weeks ago, Dusty May did an interview with Field 68 about the state of college basketball, like complaining about how it's so, unknown. Like, dude, you knew that when you signed up for the job. And Dusty May had the easiest job in basketball, and he dipped for the Dallas Mavericks. At Michigan, you had the easiest job in college basketball, one of the richest donor bases in all of college basketball, and you leave to go coach a rebuilding NBA team. So my overreaction is that Dusty May will be fired in less than 3 years in the NBA, and he will be back in college basketball. Wow. And if you're an Indiana basketball fan, this is the moment you have been waiting for, because the freeze ain't going to last very long in Indiana. And sure enough, the rumors are going to start firing up before too long that Dusty May wants to be back in Bloomington.
Yeah.
We'll play this for 2 or 3 years. He'll get fired, and then he'll be back in Bloomington.
Are you saying that Cooper Flagg is going to get Dusty May fired?
Well, if you look at the history, and Dusty May is a very good coach, but if you look at the history of coaches that leave directly from college basketball to the NBA, it is not good. I don't think one of them has a winning record when leaving college basketball directly to go to the NBA. Like, it is atrociously bad. I mean, Rick Pitino had a losing record. John Calipari had a losing record. Bayline had a losing record. Like, the list goes on. The history is not good.
Hey, Tom, does it not pain you as a Gamecock to see maybe potentially it looks like Mike Boynton Jr.?
Oh, I know. And I'm trying, former Gamecock stepping in that role, good for him. But he is the luckiest man on the planet today, because he got fired from Oklahoma State, and he wakes up today, and now he is gifted probably one of the best rosters in basketball, and all he has to do is make sure they don't fall off the face of a cliff.
Or cheat.
All he's got to do is show up. He's got a great roster.
It's true. It's true.
That's also assuming that the head coach leaving doesn't trigger a portal window and they all leave.
Or an investigation.
Well, the thing is this so late in the cycle, if a couple
where are they going to go?
Guys leave, who's going to pay them what they're worth? Nobody's got money left to spend.
Yeah. It's true, though. I mean, that's a good hire, though. I mean, I think last year, Tom, I wanted South Carolina to go get Mike Boynton, but obviously didn't happen.
Well, if they keep the interim tag, which they might, I don't know. If they keep the interim tag, he'll coach this year. He'll have a good record, have a good team. And if it don't work out for Lamont, bring Mike home, because when he was at Oklahoma State, he could recruit as good as anybody. It's just they couldn't put it all together. So I'd take him in a heartbeat. He's a great coach. Hopefully it works out for him, but he's the luckiest man on earth today.
Tom, appreciate you.
Go Gamecocks.
844-326-3663. Tom says, Mike Boynton, luckiest man on the earth today. Man, it's pretty good problem to have,
hey,
right?
There's a good enough roster left over at Michigan, again, assuming they all stay. Good enough roster left over to make him look really good.
Yeah, and then it's Michigan. They're going to have talent. They
and if they don't have it, they'll just cheat and buy it.
Oh, yeah. Could be. They could do that.
Well, you can do that legally now. You can buy talent legally now.
Let's go back to the phone lines, 844-326-3663. Tolos, it's Overreaction Monday. I know there's not a lot of sports going on, but if you're a Tolo and you don't have excuses like Dan B, like Tom, like Cocky for a reason, you'll think of something to overreact about Cocky for a reason. What's your overreaction?
Y'all always on us about, turn it on, leave it on, right? This is Tolos. How about let's do one for y'all where y'all come in and work and stay or something. Instead of y'all being off on a Friday, let's work out something. Why don't y'all work for a living?
Come up with a quote, work. What was that quote? Work and stay a while. What'd you say? That was good.
I don't work and stay at work. I don't know, but don't loaf all the time. Come on, work.
Cocky, if your company gives you a day off, are you going to take the day off or are you going to demand that you want to work?
I'm going to take the day off.
Okay.
Okay. So are you telling us, Cocky, that what Juneteenth celebrates isn't worth celebrating?
Ah.
No, it is definitely worth celebrating.
There you go.
I'm not trying to do them dirty.
I'm not going to downplay that at all.
Paint you into a corner, Cocky. Okay. So then what's your beef here?
I don't have a beef. I'm celebrating. This is everyday soccer from here for like 2 months. It seems like.
Oh, the next game's on, by the way. Let me turn the next game on. The next game started at 5, I believe. Let me. We have Charter Spectrum here in the Ingles Market Studio, so I have to.
We fancy.
Yeah, we're real fancy. So what do we? Is it Iraq and France? Is that it right there, Diesel? Looks like it, right?
That's it.
So Massey scored another goal. I think he scored 2 goals today in the first game. Do you know that?
If France is playing, I'm going to pick the over, and I'm going to pick the they're going to wax them, whoever they're playing.
Well, they're already up. France is already up 1-0.
1-0
on Iraq. Iraq's down early.
I bet they put 4 on the board.
Oh, wow. Is France the team to beat? I'm not joking. I don't know. Is France the team to beat?
France is the team to beat this year, I think.
I wouldn't hate France winning that thing. Let me ask you this. Is there still a possibility, Diesel, of, you mentioned this last week, but I think it's kind of seemed far-fetched, and Cocky, you're a soccer guy, evidently. Is there still a possibility of us playing on the 4th of July? Is that still possible? You mentioned it.
It would have required some certain scenarios. It could still happen because they've got to get through the group stage. It depends on where they place teams in the group stage.
Who was it against? United Kingdom?
Knockout stage. Against UK, yeah.
We know there's football gods, and we know there's unspoken rules and baseball gods. If there's any soccer gods at all, they got to line that up. England playing the United States in Philadelphia on the 4th of July.
That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
That's the match made in heaven.
According to Google AI, it is still mathematically possible.
You asked earlier last week, Diesel, what would get me hooked? That would get me hooked. That would be pretty cool. On Independence Day. I mean,
I would say, move it to make it happen. Do everything that it takes to make it happen.
Rig it. I agree with that. Rig the system. Cocky, anything else?
That's all I got.
I appreciate you, as always.
If you'd asked me, Cole, a year ago, 2 years ago, first couple times, 3 years ago, when we started talking to Cocky for a reason, I would have not thought that he was gung-ho on soccer.
No, but you know what? I love it, though, because he's a sports guy, and I wish I was more like Cocky in that way. Like, here I am watching soccer right now because I'm at work, and we have a TV, and I'm watching it. Now, I hate to say this, I hadn't watched it at home yet, but I'm watching it, so I wish I was a little bit more like Cocky in that way.
I learned something yesterday from an Instagram reel. Why we call it soccer, but England and the rest of the world calls it football?
I don't know.
England created the modern rules for soccer, right? It was a game that already existed, but they formalized the rules in the UK and sent it out to the world. Here's the thing. Because they already had rugby, which they were calling football as well, they started calling soccer association football to differentiate it from rugby football. So it was association, ASSOC. Yeah, ASSOC. But apparently in the 19th century in the UK, British university college students started using the suffix ER at the end of the word just because they thought it was funny. So it became a soccer. And so then they shipped the game to the U.S.,
really
called it soccer, and then decided without telling us that they were going back to calling it football. And so they brought soccer to the U.S., told us it's called soccer, and then they went back home and they changed the name back to football, and they didn't tell us.
So it's their fault, not ours.
It's their fault.
But that's weird because I heard, is it Piers Morgan, big UK guy? You know Piers?
Yeah.
He was ragging on the USA this morning. He was like, "Oh, if we beat y'all, and
it's because he's scared.
We're gonna have to change the name back to football." I didn't know that was cool though. I didn't know that's good lesson. By the way, United States plays again Thursday. Is that right?
Correct. 10 p.m. against Turkey.
We gotta beat Turkey. Can I ask you this? And you might laugh at me. And if it's a dumb question, it's a dumb question. I've asked worse.
That's okay.
Why is Turkey spelled Turkiye?
Because that's probably how they say it.
Okay.
Like Germany doesn't call themselves Germany.
Wow.
They call themselves Deutschland. Deutschland.
So they've got an I. They've moved the E and the Y. It's Turkiye versus the United States. Okay. Learned something new today. And that's Thursday night, 10 o'clock. Now, again, I'm not a soccer guy. I don't know. If we lose, we're not done, are we?
No. We've already clinched our spot in the knockout phase.
So does this game matter?
Technically, no. It could. I guess it could hurt us as far as seeding goes, and it could potentially help Turkey advance.
But we don't want to lose to a country called Turkey.
No, we don't want to lose to them.
Now,
we eat turkey. We don't lose to Turkey.
Yeah. I like that. 10 o'clock Thursday night, SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Right now, France, Iraq, that's the game on. And let's see, you have Norway and Senegal tonight at 8. Jordan, Algeria at 11. Any interest there? No, not really?
No.
Not really?
I'm not going to watch that.
Am I pronouncing that right? Senegal?
Senegal.
Sorry, Senegal.
It's in Africa. Yeah, it's in Africa.
Norway and Senegal.
Exactly where in Africa. See, Cole, we had talked about playing this game on the air, which we haven't done yet. We still can because we're still in the group stage. Play a game where I hold a map and Cole tries to point out.
We need a globe. We need a globe. That would be, if any of our Tolos, maybe you can buy a globe at Walmart. If you can't, I'll buy one. We need a globe because that'd be good for tomorrow.
Well, the problem with globes is they all have the names on the countries. Doesn't do you any good to play the game.
But I still don't know if that would do me any good, though. I mean, I'd have to still find it. Here's the problem. If you use a map, Diesel, without the names of the country, I'll never find them. I'll never.
That's true.
I will never find Senegal on a map.
How many countries?
Ever. So I think the globe might be better because I still have to kind of know where it is on a globe. So we need a globe.
There are 195 sovereign countries on the earth, Cole. How many do you think, with surety, without guessing, how many do you think that you could correctly identify with no names on the map?
Out of 195?
Out of 195. Over, under 9.5?
Oh, under. Under 9.5 for sure. Tolo's out there. All kidding aside, we need a globe for tomorrow's show. 844-326-3663. If there's one, if you can go to where can you buy Office Depot, Office Max? I mean, I don't know where you buy a globe at. Is an office, whatever. We need a globe for tomorrow's show, though. If you're setting the over under at 9.5, I hate to say it, I'm going to go. I'm going to go under. I'll go under there. On the Joy Law Firm text line, texter says USA is the team to beat. This is Tom. France better not make Iraq mad, says Tom. Texter from the 491 says America's already in the knockout stage by virtue of winning their group, and their first knockout game will be July 1st and go from there. Texter says, bold prediction for the next USA soccer game. Turkey always puts Americans to sleep. Oh, that's true, though.
Well
that's
played.
true.
Well played.
Texter says that game doesn't matter because we've already won our group, so we'll be the one seed from our group regardless. So it's a meannerless game. You got to love that.
See, we're all learning here together.
We are, especially me.
I don't claim to know the rules.
Here's another one for you. We're going to go to the phone lines. Diesel, They have the sprinklers going on the field right now. Is that supposed to happen?
Water break. They're doing the hydration so both the players and the field gets hydrated.
Is that supposed to happen?
Yeah.
They water the field during the game?
Yeah, during the hydration breaks.
No way.
I have seen some people, they say this was entirely concocted by Fox to get ad breaks.
I saw the sprinklers and thought, oh, somebody hit the wrong button.
Because usually in soccer games, you don't stop the game for commercial. They don't leave the game to go to commercial break.
Yeah.
So they play the whole 45 minutes without commercials.
And
they have these video boards around the field. That's the advertising on television. But Fox potentially, was able to create the hydration break.
All right, let's go to the phone lines, 844-326-3663. Real quick before we run to a break. Steven, what's up, Steven? You're the soccer expert here on the show now.
I won't say soccer expert, but I know a little bit. And we pronounce turkey, but it's turkey. That's the reason it's got the weird-looking ending to it. But
well, we're definitely pronouncing it right. They're pronouncing it wrong. Turkey A. I mean, what the world?
Yeah, but I just wanted to say I love this. I love the segment that y'all are spending time on the World Cup. It definitely is deserving.
Even if we're idiots who don't understand what's happening?
I don't care. As long as it gets some kind of attention.
It does. And we talked about it to lead the show. Hey, we talked about it to lead the show today when Messi scored 2 goals.
I love it. I love the coverage.
We're trying.
Seriously.
Do you have a globe, by the way?
Steven, how many countries do you think you could identify? Cole says under 10.
I could identify quite a few because I keep
30?
up with soccer like I
40?
do. At least 30.
God, that's
at
impressive.
least 30, maybe even 40.
I mean, I think you could do better than 10.
What you have to do, though, is if you use the globe, you're right. It's written on there, but you have to put a timer. So I would only get like 6 to 10 seconds per country. That way because if you're right, if I spend all day looking at it, I'll be able to find whatever country it is, but you got to have a timer on it. So Tolo's out there. We need a globe. We will. Steven.
Thanks, Steven.
Thanks for the call. We need a globe for tomorrow's show. We are in desperate need. I don't own a globe. I'm sure there's got to be a school teacher.
Christy Mann.
Yep.
Christy.
She's a Tolo. She's a Tolo.
Have you ever played the game where you try to write down all 50 states' names? Because inevitably you will forget 2 or 3, and it will drive you insane.
No, I'd struggle.
I've played that game like 5 or 6 times over the years where you try to write down all 50. And like, you go alphabetically, you go geographically, and somehow you always get to like 48 and you can't think of the other 2. And you're like, how
did
I forget about Idaho?
It's probably, it could be one of those Midwest or one of those Northeast states
Tiny
that are
little
just
states.
Packed in up there, Yeah. New Jersey, Maine.
We've talked about like adding Puerto Rico as a state. Why don't we just like combine Vermont and Massachusetts?
Yeah. Combine all those up there.
Vassamont, and then boom, we can add Puerto Rico as a state.
I like it.
It's really simple. That way we can stay with 50. When we come back, Cole, it is time to hear from the folks in sports themselves. An audio blitz. Got some Rory McIlroy audio, some Tim Howard, former U.S. goalkeeper audio, where he's real down on America's chances. Also, some other fun stuff as well, like 2 different calls of Ozzie Albies' home run dinger to end the game on Saturday. We'll talk about that. We'll listen to that coming up next.
15s through hostile air.
Cole, for Stephen Webb, for Cocky for a Reason, I want to lead with this piece of audio because this right here is making Toby Keith roll over in his grave. If Toby Keith cares about soccer, which I don't know if he does or not. But this is audio, Cole, from Tim Howard. Well, I had the audio. I don't have the audio. We'll just talk about it. How about that instead? Okay. Tim Howard is the former U.S. goalkeeper for the U.S. national team. He played from 2002 to 2017. He was our lead goalie for 15 years, played 121 international games. He was nicknamed the Secretary of Defense. Well, Tim Howard says there ain't no way that Team USA is winning this thing. Ain't no way. It's not gonna happen. Let me see if I can find this audio here. Here it is. Let me.
He said it was literally impossible.
Impossible. Here is the audio of our former national team goalkeeper.
Can we? Yes. Has this group proven it that they can beat a top team? No. I'd tell you this, Tim, and I mean this. If they play the way they're playing, they can absolutely compete against any team in this World Cup. For sure. Yeah. Can you do it? I've said this over and over. Can you do it 4 times in a row? Can you do it in a round of 16, a quarter, a semi, and a final? That is where it gets really hard. But momentum gets going. You never know. Is it likely? No, it's not likely.
The U.S. cannot unequivocally win the World Cup. The U.S. will have to play the greatest game they've ever played 3 times in a row. Sorry, 4 games in a row. Round of 16, quarterfinals, semifinals, finals. It is literally impossible for the U.S. to win the World Cup. That's going to come across crazy. People are going to say I'm whatever. That's just the reality. But we're super excited for this ride we're on.
Well, when did he change his name to Benedict Arnold? That's what I want to know. And Tim Howard.
Diesel, I don't know enough about the game of soccer, and who's good and who's not to say if he's right or wrong, but I will say I understand where he's coming from because we talk about it with other sports. Like if a team's a major underdog, having to win 3-4 in a row against better competition is tough. Can you get hot? You can. I don't know enough about soccer. I'm not going to act like I do to sit here and say, they definitely win it. They could. I don't know, but it is. The road's going to be tough.
That's not how we do things in America, right? In America, we try to climb the tallest mountain because it's hard to do.
Maybe it's reverse psychology for Team USA. Tim was just psych him out. Yeah. I like that actually. I like that.
To quote Jimmy Dugan, Tom Hanks in A League of Their Own, the hard is what makes it great.
Yeah.
If it was easy, anybody could do it.
That's true.
The hard is what makes it great.
I like that quote.
He also said, use your head. That's that lump 3 feet above your ass.
Yeah.
He also said that too. But hey, we're in the knockout phase. The question here, Cole, is if you were the manager, coach of Team USA Soccer, Thursday night at 10 o'clock, what would you do?
Drink a Red Bull.
You've already clenched the knockout phase. Do you play your starters and, wear them out, potentially risk injury, all of the above when you've already clinched? Or do you play them and keep the momentum going? It's kind of like week 17 of the NFL season. So like the final weeks.
Yeah.
Do you play them or do you sit them?
That one's tough because, again, I'm going to tell you why it's tough. I don't know enough about the intricacies of soccer to know, for example, in football, it's different. You want momentum, but at the same time, you don't want to get your players hurt. By the way, look at how hard it is raining. Dear Lord, is that a sprinkler system or is that, Philadelphia pouring right now in Philadelphia?
And you only get
what's the layoff? In terms of
after that?
Yeah, is it we're talking a week?
Won't know yet.
Okay, won't know yet. I'd probably play him. Let's play him. You don't know how many games you're going to get. That's my reasoning. I like that.
And you only get 5 subs. You can't.
I like that. Let's do that.
Everyone out.
You don't know how many games you're going to get in this thing. Play them. Put them out there. I don't like playing to lose. Let's go play. If they're the best players, let's play them.
And also, I don't want us to mess around and lose a game or play to a draw.
Yeah, lose momentum
against a team that we know we're better than.
Yeah,
and then go into it with down momentum. So I say play them. Here's some audio. Cole, could do a little back-to-back comparison and ask you who wore it better. This is the audio from the MLB broadcast of the Ozzie Albies walk-off home run to win the game on Saturday.
1-2. He swings, and it's a fly ball deep to right
wait,
field.
sorry, take that back.
The wall in the corner. It is gone. It's gone. Ozzie Albies let it fly down the right field line, and the Braves win it.
That's Ben Ingram, right?
Ingram. Yeah, that's Ben Ingram. Yep. The Braves broadcast. He continues.
This ecstatic crowd can't believe it. Team is bouncing on the plate. Ozzie Albies with a 2-home run game and his 4th career walk-off home run. He was on that thing like a bloodhound and sent it down the right field line, and the Braves win.
There you go. Ben Ingram. Good call.
Oh,
good call.
Unbelievable.
Really good call.
Unbelievable.
Here is the MLB call.
Ozzie to right field. Freely going toward the corner. It's gone.
Good one.
Ooh. And he didn't say another word until Ozzie got all the way around to home plate.
Let the crowd breathe a little bit. Let the crowd. You know, I'm going to side. That was a great call. I'm going to side with Ben Ingram just because I'm partial to him, because he's I've always said, if you listen to Ben Ingram, it sounds like you're listening to a 74-year-old play-by-play man. Then you go Google a picture of Ben Ingram, and he's not all that old. Ben Ingram's voice makes him sound old, don't you think? I mean, that's
I would have guessed the guy's,
He's 43. He's 43 years old. Yeah, he's 43. He sounds like he's...
That can't be possible.
Do it again.
I'm going to look at his photo while playing this audio.
He is 43. Sounds like he's 73.
1-2. He swings, and it's a fly ball deep to right field.
That's not fair.
Towards the wall.
In
the corner. It is gone. It's gone. Ozzie Albies let it fly down the right field line, and the Braves win it.
I would have to smoke a pack of cigarettes and drink about a bottle of whiskey
to sound like
that.
And, you know, Steve Holman, good friend of the show, Diesel, the play-by-play voice of the Hawks, who we've had on the show multiple times. Steve Holman, he's an older guy, and he sounds old. When you hear Ben Ingram, you think he's old. He's not old. He's not old. I don't know. I've never heard anything like it in my life.
Incredible.
I never have.
Let's hear from Scotty Scheffler, Cole, on the treatment that Wyndham Clark received this weekend at the U.S. Open.
You obviously had the crowd on your side today singing happy birthday and so forth. What was your perception of the way that the crowd was treating Wyndham?
I mean, the crowd was tough today. I mean, New Yorkers, I think, are tough people. There was a good turnout from the fans. You know, they
you mean jerks?
You like seeing the fans cheer for you. I think sometimes it can get a little too much when, you know, balls are kind of going off greens and you start hearing cheers. That felt a bit much to me. But at the end of the day, you know, I can't control fan behavior. It's being in the arena is not for everybody. You know, there's been crowds that have been for me in my career. There's been crowds that have been significantly against me in my career. You know, I think of Portrush was a scenario for me where, you know, Rory's in his hometown, or not his hometown. He's in Ireland and not far from where he grew up. And, you know, crowds can be tough, and being in the arena is not for everybody. And, you know, I think it shows a lot about Wyndham, how he handled not only this golf course, but I think the crowd today as well. And as a, you know, well-deserving champion.
Being in the arena. What are you talking about, Scotty? It's not the Thunderdome. It's a golf course.
Yeah, he is making a man in the arena comparison, I guess.
Gosh.
Scotty, he's a unique bird. He's just very unique.
Dull. Scotty's dull.
He's dull. He's just
Scotty's dull.
It's just something about it. He played good, though. You got to give it to him. He played really good this weekend, and especially on that back nine on Saturday. He was fantastic. So I'm not going to say, like, oh, Scotty's back. He didn't go anywhere. He wasn't playing good this year. He is playing better now because of this past weekend, just a few short of – I think he was a few strokes shy of winning. It was a log jam right there.
I think it was about 4 back.
Yeah, 4 back. So good weekend for Scotty.
Yeah.
By the way, it is, when I say pouring, monsooning rain.
They don't ever get this in Iraq. These guys are like, what is happening?
What is this liquid coming out of the sky?
Last one here for you, Cole. This is an example, not of the fans heckling Wyndham Clark, but the fans heckling Rory McIlroy. And he does a gesture where he suggests that maybe the heckler here has a couple extra LBs under his waistband.
Get in the bunker! Bunker!
Get in the bunker! I hope you live there today.
And they're all, oh, because Rory did
That's
the
just
your fat
insane,
gesture.
isn't it? It's just like that is just so insane, so much.
And I'm surprised. I wouldn't be shocked if the PGA fined Rory
That'd be dumb.
for going
but
after
no,
a
you
fan.
wouldn't put it past the PJ. Bad injury, by the way. Really bad injury just now. Collision. Bad collision. Let me say that. Bad collision between a player from France and Iraq. Watch the replay on this. He got a little tangled up. Oh, leg twisted weird.
Ow.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay.
Got a boo-boo.
Maybe not flopping.
He's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I can keep playing.
Yeah.
So there you go. Iraq is in white.
Iraq's in white. France is in blue. And the rain, those soccer fans don't care, though, man. They're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. That's awesome.
This makes me mad now that I'm not going to any World Cup games.
Yeah.
Like, I would go and have a blast.
Hopefully the rain continues to wash the filth out of Philadelphia because they need it up there. Final segment, hour number 3, next. Diesel, final segment of the show, not of the show, of hour number 3. My apologies.
Wishful thinking.
I've got a bad head cold, and I know I sound a little bit worse today. I mean, how could I sound worse than I normally do? It was what some of you Tolos are thinking, right? So I'm going to blame it on me being out of it a little bit. I've been under the weather, but hey, nonetheless, it's the final segment of hour number 3, and I want to know from you and the Tolos at 844-326-3663, who wins the College Baseball World Series tonight? Game 3, national championship. You don't call it the national championship like you do in football or basketball, but the College World Series final game, Game 3 tonight, Diesel, North Carolina, Oklahoma. We have seen pitching from North Carolina be their strong suit in past games in this series as well. But Oklahoma is the team, I guess we can call them the Cinderella, that nobody expected to be here from the regular season. They're hot. They're playing well. They won Game 1. They can score early, as you mentioned earlier in the show. They scored 4 runs in the 4th inning, had a big inning. That was pretty much the game in Game 1. Who do you like tonight and why?
Does it make me a bad North Carolinian if I don't want the Heels to win?
No,
because I don't want them to win
saying
anything.
the same thing.
I don't want them to win anything. I love it when they suck at everything.
No, Durham's with you on that.
I want Oklahoma to win, but I think the Tar Heels get it done.
I'm the same boat as you.
I think they'll bring a title back to the ACC.
I'm in the same boat. I'm pulling for Oklahoma with my heart. My head tells me North Carolina.
But wouldn't it be a better thing for baseball to spread the national titles out to more conferences?
For the ACC?
Bigger thing for the ACC.
Maybe.
I mean, otherwise, it's just the SEC just collecting another one.
The ACC has only won 2 College World Series.
How's that possible?
It just doesn't sound right.
Virginia, North Carolina, Clemson.
And the talent, Diesel, it's there. The high school talent in the southeast part of the country, and even all the way up north, to think that the ACC's won 2 national championships. Mind-blowing.
And the SEC's got what?
17, something like that. But maybe it's not that. It's somewhere up there in the teens, high teens.
But I don't want to hear the SEC fans beating their chest like, a newcomer walks into our conference. What are they, 3 years, 4 years? They've been in there now?
And go win
and they win the Natty. I would hate that because that's just more ammo for that stupid argument, that superiority argument.
So tonight, Tolos, who do you think wins? 844-326-3663. We want to hear from you, and you can text the Joy Law from text line. And I think, I think North Carolina's pitching is the difference maker. I said in the first segment of the show, Diesel, that I think it's going to come down to who can handle the moment better. I do think that's a real thing, but at the same time, Oklahoma showed me in that Game 1 of the finals that they're built for the moment. They scored 9 runs. I just like the pitching, especially if Caden Glauber touches the baseball. It's an automatic lock that they win. I like the pitching for North Carolina tonight, but we'll see.
How about we get into it a little deeper in the very next segment, Cole?
We can, and let's also let's go to NFL. Let's go NFL.
You ready to do that?
Yep. Let's. Right. I want to touch base on that NFL conversation. You brought up a good conversation back in the earlier part of the show.
Yeah.
Windows open, windows closed. Diesel. Whose windows are closed? Whose are open? We'll talk about it next.